Hello, microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Senegal Media Live on YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to the special edition of Senegal Media Sports. Today, we are live again once more, watching Senegal Media with a live commentary where we run today. Now the AFCON Final between Morocco and Senegal. As you all know, the game have started about 11 minutes gone so far, and we are yet to see anything spectacular to happen, and we apologize once more for signing on very late this afternoon as we unfold the match as we go along. So thank you very much. If you're out there watching, make sure that you're watching Shamajan Media, and make sure you share and subscribe to the YouTube page and follow it through as we bring you live commentary today on this very special occasion we get for African football. African football has been great over the past couple of years, and I believe say what we're yet to witness or encounter is one of Africa's finest sporting um, discipline, winner football. I also want to say thank you for all of you guys watching out there, and I want for telling a thank you for all your support over the past couple of weeks when this AFCON door officially starts. And I believe say with what is happening right now for try for make we see how best African football can be showcased all over the world. And we not say the tournament don't start about 4 weeks ago, and we don't see the remarkable things that we don't happen over these past 4 weeks, and we not say definitely we go able for see exactly how African football has evolved over the past couple of years. Morocco has been one of the greatest nation in football within the past 10 years of African football. They don't dominate so far in the northern hemisphere of Africa. They have been the giants of African football in that particular corner of Africa. And of course, we know Senegal also don't be a one-time dominant figure on the western part of Africa, and they don't try to do everything possible. They don't win AFCON few times as well, and then are the Cameroon champion. They played against Egypt and defeat Egypt in penalties, and now they are playing against Morocco for the second time in one gap between we Ivory Coast win na Ivory Coast, because they also were the host nation. So this is back to back of a host nation going to the AFCON final, as Ivory Coast did it, and now it's Morocco's turn. We don't know whether Morocco is going to win it today, but it has been a very interesting 11 minutes so far, and the way how the game they unfold, it not look like for say Morocco get clear chances for win this. But if they do, kudos to them because they deserve it, and I feel say for the fact say they deserve it is because they've done extremely well in terms of their performance over the past couple of weeks since the AFCON kickoff. So today we are now going to continue with the commentary, and I believe say I get for come and call few people, and we I believe say get for join me online, definitely on a phone call, and see what will be their own participation in this particular match, for giving their own analysis and tell you exactly what they think about this particular final today, where they play na Rabat. Rabat na the one of the main city, the commercial city. Well, I would say the administrative city of Morocco. When I didn't get all the modern stuff then we then don't use for promote the country itself. So right, like I say, just about 16 minutes gone of the first half, and Morocco not don't be a dominant side so far. Like I say, they haven't been a dominant side. They've tried. They've been chasing the ball. Senegal has been in control of the first half, and I feel say within the first 10 minutes or first 15 minutes, Morocco don't do a lot of defending than attacking. So the game they play, and we try to see exactly what is this Moroccan team made of. They've been very dominant in the preliminary stages, and they have done extremely well for them to be in the final. It's not by accident. They are possibly one of the best African teams so far. We don't see their performance in the past World Cup, and since then they've been on top form. They haven't lost a match since. So they are the team to beat. And Senegal also don't do well over the past couple of years in terms of chasing the game. And they get so much confidence right now for belief say they can do well in this particular tournament. So if you're out there watching, don't forget to send in your comments and suggestions. And hopefully we'll be able to bring one or two more people on this live feed. So definitely stay tuned and keep watching. Again, it's going to be a challenging evening for us. And the reason why I make I say this now because we complain a lot about internet system in Africa, but also the internet system in the UK is becoming a little bit more staggering, and we want to see exactly, or we want to know exactly why that is happening, but we don't know because again, technology is one thing that you cannot rely on because sometimes what you see is not what you get. So we hope say this particular time today will not have that problem at all. So thank you once more for joining us. I'm now going straight to the commentary and then I will give you now some highlights and updates about anything else we have to say when I need for now. So now Senegal is in control of the ball in the midfield. They're knocking it around. Senegal has a very good, dedicated, and determined young side that are not even scared to chase this game to their fullest. They have the likes of Mane and few more others who are actually on the pitch today, and we are going to see exactly what is this Senegalese team made of. They've been tried and tested, and now is the time for them to prove their worth. So Senegal is wearing their all-popular green jersey, and Morocco is today wearing their away kit, which is the white, and we know for sure their traditional red kit has always been their official kit within the use for their home matches. So today they are actually playing second best. We're not second best, but they are playing with their away jersey. Now Morocco is on the ball with an attack. One on one. Yes, they missed it. It is a clear miss and it goes off for a goal kick, I guess. That was a miss pass by Senegalese midfield and the Moroccan attacker get on the ball. Unfortunately, he missed that one. 20 minutes gone of the first half. And the referee for today's match is one of the referees that people were complaining about a couple of weeks ago. And that was a sheer miss and sheer lock by the Senegalese defense. So basically, it's an offside, and they were very much lucky and saved by the linesman's flag. But again, not so luck because the offside was clear anyway. So I'm gonna make a couple of phone calls later on, and today we kind of don't switch the technology a little bit. We don't add some kind of ambience to and background has changed. It's not the usual background that I normally have. Today we're just gonna studio number 2 at the Sierra Media media platform home, which is in the UK, and today our studio 2 now with use so if you're watching, you know the setting is different. It's not the usual setting as studio 1. Now we are inside studio 2. So thank you very much once more for watching. Now Senegal is on the ball. They've lost it to Moroccan midfield. Morocco is now on the ball. They're passing it round. A long pass all the way to the left flank. Headed down to the striker. And it is not a foul given. The player fall on the pitch and the referee disallowed to give him a foul. And the play continues as Senegal is in control right now in the midfield and lost it to a foul in favor of Senegal. There's been a huge amount of rumors to say Morocco has been the favorite side or been favored by the referees over the past couple of weeks since this tournament started, but I don't think it's the same right now because everything that is going against them should normally go in favor of them when they are in full contact with other teams anyway. I'm yet to see any kind of biased decision by the referee, even though it has been a concern over the past couple of weeks for the Moroccan side. As you can see, we have high personalities on the stand. That's Arsenal's best and Arsenal's favorites and Arsenal's all time. And now today, we're here to see what is going to be the outcome of the Moroccan Senegalese match. And it's 22 minutes gone of the first half, and Morocco is not doing that bad, but Senegal is also not doing bad as well. These are two great sides that you might not think of any one of them to be on the back end. They're going to do everything possible to chase this game and make sure that they have a clear win. The ball goes back all the way to the Senegalese goalkeeper, who knocks it to the left flank of the defenders, and the wing backs are always ready back to the midfield and clears out all the way down the line for a Moroccan defense. Morocco is now in control of the ball. Beat one, beat two. Is a foul being given? A nice tackle, but a foul at the end by the by the Senegalese player, and now he's been yellow carded. The Senegalese number 8 has been yellow carded this time because the game is now getting tense as we are moving forward to the 23rd minutes of the first half. That's a tackle without the ball, and the ball goes off the leg. It's a tackle, no contact at all, but the referee has just issued a yellow card for that foul. Even though there is no contact, so I don't know how comes that happens, but anyway, this is football, and this is the final of the African Cup of Nations 2025, hosted by Morocco, who are now maybe the favorite, but I will not confirm that. But the host nation, it might be a repeat of last Nations Cup in Ivory Coast, but we're yet to see that to happen. It's 0-0 so far, and 24 minutes of the first half gone. Senegal is putting Morocco under pressure. So far, so good. The match has been constantly focused on the midfield, and that is where possibly the last 10 minutes has been played. Morocco had a long clearance right into the 18-yard box if the Senegalese defend, and right in the hands of Mendy, who used to be one of the world's best for a couple of years, and now he is no longer one of the world's best, but one of the most prolific goalkeepers that Africa has ever produced. Senegal for sure has been in that position to claim that credits. Now Senegal is on the ball. Morocco is defending very well. They're tightening the gap from the midfield, not giving Senegal any chance to pursue further. Now they have defended it well by the man himself. Now everybody knows who is the star man for Morocco, Hakimi. Hakimi has been prolific over the past couple of years, both for club and country, and that's a nice long pass to Morocco, but defended well by Senegal, and Mendy passed it on to the left flank. And Senegal is in position right now. Again, like I said earlier on, Senegal has gained position 57-46. Morocco has been struggling a little bit to find the ball, but they're doing everything possible to make sure that they don't conceive any good. That's a nice pass by Senegal down the flank on your right. And now that's a nice cross again over, and it's been diverted. Senegal is still in control on the left flank now. This time around, they're passing it around. One, that's another one. That's a foul. A foul by Sadio Mane. A foul against Sadio Mane, who was trying to hold on to the ball but pushed from the back by the Moroccan defense. Morocco is actually struggling a little bit to uphold the pace and pressure that the Senegalese team is putting them under right now. So basically, we're yet to see any spectacular to happen, but we're looking forward to an early goal by Senegal. Well, I would say selfishly, yes, I will support Senegal to win because they are one of our West African counterparts and they are neighbors, so we don't have to come all the way down to the nuts to claim credit for this particular AFCON. But we're watching to see what is going to unfold right now. Sorry, I don't know whether my producer can get me a cup of coffee because I'm like going to be sneezing anytime soon. So if you're watching, thank you very much for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon. If you're watching online, please don't forget to send in your comment. Nice one, Marian, for saying so good, and we're trying very hard to get you the best of what Sierra Media is made of. And today, like I said, we are in studio number 2. That's a nice free kick and defended well by Morocco. So I'm gonna be making a couple of phone calls later on. Oh, that's the Senegalese superstar coach that took them to the World Cup and also took them to the final in Cameroon. I can't even, I've forgotten his name, you know. That's very weird of me. So Morocco, now Senegal is back in control of the ball. They're still in control, just about 2 meters away from the Moroccan 18-yard box. Morocco has gained possession right now again once more. They're dribbling on the left flank. What are they going to be made of? Defended well by Senegal. Senegal is in control, still in control. They're knocking around in their own half, and a nice back pass to the Senegalese defense. It's about 28 minutes of the first half gone, and we're still looking forward to the first goal of the African Cup of Nations final, and we don't know where that goal is going to be coming from. Hopefully, just about hopefully, it might come from the green side, not the SLPP green. This is the different green. So if you're watching, don't mind me. I sometimes switch into different things whilst I'm talking. I want to keep you abreast of everything that is happening on the pitch, and also give you some few updates about what is happening in our country, Sierra Leone, when it comes to sports and other disciplines in sport as well. It's not just about football. That's a long pass down to Sadio Mane. Is he going to be able to get to it? No, he doesn't. He tries everything possible, and he goes out for a goal kick in favor of Morocco. Like I said on this match, everything is possible. You don't underestimate anything at all. This is a capacity that can intimidate you to the fullest. Koulibaly is not even on the bench today. He picked up an injury. We were having a discussion whether he will be able to make it and force himself to play, but I don't think so, because again, you don't take chances in a final like this. If you're not fit, you're not fit. If you picked up an injury, I think the best thing for you to do is just take a break and watch from the bench. And this time around is a sad moment. That's a double header by the Senegalese defense. And back again into the midfield. Morocco is in control once more. Morocco has been trying very hard to break through. Now Hakimi with the ball. They're passing it along from one player to the next. It's been a struggle for Morocco. They haven't been able to play the best of their game. They've always been the aggressive side, but not for today's particular match. And they're not struggling per se, but they are finding it very difficult to break into the Senegalese defense. Now they've got it on the left flank. What are they going to do with it this time around? Thinking, still thinking, and still passing it on to still thinking, and that's a foul now in favor of Morocco. Morocco are going to be relying more on set pieces on this particular match, so they're doing everything possible to be able to gain some elements of fouls just round about the center, or just round about. That's not even a contact. I don't see that contact at all. So they basically Dia tackled the ball, and the Moroccan player just bumped into Dia's foot, and he falls over, and the referee has given a foul. And that foul is going to be in favor of Morocco, who are now getting ready to get a free kick taken. And the referee has just drawn the line of demarcation where the ball should be. And we know players can always take an inch, like the inch is going to make a difference, but sometimes it does. By moving the ball on the other side, might change the position where the ball will be directed to. Now Morocco has their superstar striker who's waiting for this ball, and Senegal is going to only have a man on the wall and nothing else. So they're taking this defense very seriously, and they're not taking any chances at all. Now the free kick is about to be taken, and the Senegalese player are all ready. Morocco has a couple of players who possibly have some height, and I think the height that they have is going to be at their advantage this time around. So we are yet to see what is going to happen, and that's a free kick taken all the way across the goal. Not a goal, it just goes over the goal line for our Senegalese free kick or goal kick, I guess. Yes, nobody touches that one. It goes all the way beyond the goal line, and it goes out for a goal kick in favor of Senegal. So far so good. If you're watching, it's just about 32 minutes gone of the first half. We're now seeing the jubilant fans of Senegal dancing in all their colorful colors of green and yellow. and the entire stadium is filled up with the red and white of the Moroccan bright colors. So Senegal is defending in their corners, and a foul has been awarded to Senegal. So basically, that will give them a breather because it has been very tight for them. They pass it on to the right flank. What are they going to do with that now this time around? They're still knocking the ball around in their own half. I think that would be very dangerous for them if they don't be careful. They're taking too much risk, but the Moroccan side is giving Senegal very tough time. They are holding them to bay. They are aggressive as well. And Senegal now has control in the midfield. Are they going to be able to keep it? No, they lost it again to Morocco. This has been a battle of the midfielders, and Senegal is in control once more. This game is very interesting to watch. The midfield has been the dominant area of this particular match, and both sides are doing everything possible to dominate the midfield. And if you have the opportunity to dominate the midfield in this particular match, then you will be in control. Senegal hasn't given Morocco any chance to do so, and the same thing to Morocco. They haven't given Senegal any chance to do so at all. So we're yet to see any difference on the sides, by which will be determined by the midfielders. The midfielders are very much focused in this particular match. Now they are knocking the ball around again. Senegal in control and lost it to Morocco. Back in the midfield for Morocco. Lost it again to Senegal. Morocco back in control once more. Morocco is in control again in the midfield. They are knocking it around. Morocco is now in full control, but taking their time to be able to do what they do best on their attacks. So this is exactly what is happening right now, and we're yet to see any spectacular to take place. Senegal is defending very well. Morocco is also defending very well. And my second screen is now on. Thank you very much to my producer. And I don't want you to go too far just in case something else happened. But now Senegal have lost it to Morocco. And now Morocco is in control once more. They're knocking it around. This game is very tight for both sides. Nobody is giving each other any opportunity to be able to make a difference. Again, an interesting match to watch, and we are yet to see what is going to be made of these two sides. That's a ball that goes all the way to the corner and saved by the bell. Not by the bell, actually. The ball goes out for a throw in favor of Morocco. There's a Senegalese player on the floor, number 13. I don't know whether he has twisted his ankle and is calling for medical assistance. So far, so good. And miracle hasn't happened yet, but hopefully miracle will happen anytime soon. And we hope that miracles happen in our favor. When I say in our favor, I mean Senegal. Well, I will not rule out Morocco to be the favorite since this competition started. But again, for now, they might be struggling a little bit because they are finding themselves to be in a very difficult situation right now against a side that is very young, strong, and determined. I think we're going to have a substitution anytime soon because the Senegalese player on the floor, number 13, is likely struggling, and he might be substituted anytime soon. Senegalese coach is a young star also. But I will not say he's not too young, but he's a very determined young man who has taken this team to another level, as we can see. A very young and vibrant side that takes no prisoner at all. So we are now watching the match again. It's 36 minutes gone so far. And both sides haven't been able to hit the target. Now Senegal has a clear chance. Are they going to be able to take it? Oh no! Saved by the Moroccan goalkeeper. That was a clear one-on-one chance for Senegal. That was a clear-cut pass right from the middle to the right flank, and he could have no way not hit that target. But the Moroccan goalkeeper just stretches his legs, and the ball just tapped on top of his toes for a decent save. I bet this Senegalese player was looking forward to scream goal, but nevertheless, he manages to hit the target and a well-deserved save by the Moroccan goalkeeper. Now they're trying back again once more for the second time to see if this corner is going to make a difference. No, it doesn't make any difference at all. Now Morocco is in control again once more. Senegal takes it back in control. They're still knocking it around. What are they going to do next? Ball on the left flank. And across all the way to the other side of the pitch to the man who missed this ball right now, number 13. Apparently they were looking forward to change him, but he still remains to be on the pitch right now. And Senegal is doing a nice one too. They are so confident in this match and they are not taking any chances, but at the same time they are trying their best to secure the first goal, which has not been difficult so far in this particular match. Senegal is still in control. Still in control of the match. They're knocking the ball around and they're taking their time in the midfield. Senegal has been the dominant side of this match so far. Now the ball is with Mane. One-on-one on Hakimi. He drifts past two of them and still in control. Senegal still in control. Is the referee going to give a foul? Yes, the referee is going to issue the foul right now because it has happened way before he actually blows his whistle with a foul against Mane with two of the Moroccan defenders, one of which was Hakimi and another wing back. They're still showing us the chance that Senegal had about not long ago. So right, if you're watching, stay tuned, stay focused and stay connected to this interesting final. And it goes out for a goal kick to Senegal. Is it a goal kick? No, it's a corner. So now Morocco has a deserved corner just at the 39 minutes of the first half. And what's the referee waiting for? Morocco players are slowly coming into the deep. Hakimi is there as well. You have one or two players. Now the corner is going to be taken by number 17. It goes right, drive into the 6-yard box, headed out by Senegal. That's a nice twist and turn by the Moroccan wingback. Deep cross into the 18-yard box and missed the header. A Moroccan player, striker, missed the header, and that was a decisive header that could make a difference in this match. That's a nice one too, a nice twist and a nice turn by the Moroccan wingback, who unfortunately wasn't able to make any contact with the ball at all. The referee and Mendy are having some element of discussion. I don't know what Mendy is talking about right now, but Mendy seems to be a very, not frustrated, but very much upset with the referee or something that may have gone wrong. And they are trying to referee where the ball should be, and they are now thinking of what to do next. So far so good. You're watching Sewaje Media Live, and today we are doing some elements of graphics online, and we are trying to create some elements of entertainment so that you guys will not be bored just listening to me while I'm talking. I'm like a talking parrot right now, and the Senegalese coach is also not a happy man. So far so good. We are looking at what will be the outcome of this match. Senegal have got 2 shots on target. Morocco still none at all. It's just to tell you how determined the Senegalese sides have been, and they have to take their chances, not against a team like Morocco who will sit deep, and eventually when they come out of the deep it will be a different ball game, which I think they're doing or they're looking at to do at any time soon. 42 minutes of the first half gone. Now Morocco is in control inside the 18-yard box of Senegal, and one twist, and that's a nice tackle by the Senegalese midfield. Morocco still in control. They've passed it on to the right flank to Hakimi. They are now on the right flank of the Senegalese defense. They're doing the 1-2 again with the number 10 jersey for Morocco, and diving Diouf has a very nice tackle by Diouf, and he goes out for a throw to Morocco. The midfielders are not taking any chances on this match at all. They are coming and doing all the best they can. As we now have a Senegalese player on the pitch. Don't know what has been the issue, but he seems to be lying down with his back flat and hands over his head, and maybe wondering about what is going to happen next to him, and he's just waiting for medical attention. As you can see, the stands is full of green and yellow, green, white and yellow, but majority of the people that are watching today's match at the Rabat Stadium are more of the red and white of Morocco. That was a nice, decent tackle by the number 8 player of Senegal, and someone else is warming up. So there might be some elements of changes to take place anytime soon. Maybe it will not happen, but maybe it will. So we're just waiting for that change to possibly take place, as we have a Senegalese defender or midfielder that is lying down on the pitch with a decision to be made. Now that was a tackle, and the Moroccan player accidentally kicked his face while he was on the floor. Oh yes, that was an accident. That was an accident on his face, and I don't think it might be serious enough for Senegal to make a change. 44 minutes of the first half gone, and hopefully we'll be able to maybe see a change. Okay, the game carries on. 44 minutes gone of the first half. Morocco is in control right now in the midfield. They're knocking the ball around swiftly and slowly on the left flank. Senegal is defending extremely well so far, and Morocco has now ball control in the midfield. Morocco has won the throw again once more. Yes, Morocco is in control. Lost it to Senegal and now Senegal is doing a counter 2-on-2. What is gonna be this? Now into the box, cleared out by the Moroccan defense for a corner. Sadio Mane could not do anything impressive on this particular one, and he lost it at the end of it all for Senegal to have a corner just at the 44th minute of the match. That was a nice one too. If that one could have slid underneath the leg of the Moroccan player, it would have been a clear chance for Mane. And we all know what he's capable of. When he has those opportunities, he will bury them. So thank you once more for watching. If you're just joining us, you're watching Sarah J Media live on YouTube and Facebook, and you're watching one of our special edition on sports, and we are bringing you live commentary from our studio number 2 between the match Senegal and Morocco at the final of the African Cup of Nations 2025. Four minutes of extra time being added to the first 45 minutes, and roughly about a minute and a half to play for. And now Senegal is waiting to get a corner being taken. The referee is talking anxiously to the two players inside the 6-yard box of the Moroccan defense, and there is pushing and shoving, heavy pushing and shoving. The Moroccan player does not want the Senegalese player to be next to the goalkeeper, and the ball is headed up and down again on the pitch, and Morocco is possibly now going to see what they can do with this. Cleared out by Senegal. Senegal lost it to Morocco. Morocco is on the counter with the number 10 jersey back again to him in the midfield. Seems like the game maker. Morocco is in control on the left flank. That is where most of the game has been played. Still on the left flank with the Moroccan number 10. Pass it down to the midfield. Now the ball is going to be driven all the way down to the right flank of the pitch. No, they're taking it back. Back to the left flank of the Moroccan side. Morocco is still in control. They're still knocking the ball around, even though it's about 2 more minutes left of the first half to finish officially, with 4 minutes extra time added. Senegal is on the ball right now. Senegal is on the ball. Senegal have got more possession of the match so far, and Morocco is trailing possibly by maybe 10 or 15% of the match. Um, 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 of the match, because again, that's a long pass, and Senegal lost it to Morocco. The Senegal side is a very young side. Approximate age will be under 25, and that's another missed kick by Morocco. Senegal has some chance, blocked by the Moroccan defense. And there we go. Morocco is on the counter, surrounded by 5 Senegalese players. Morocco is still on the counter. That's a chance, blocked by Senegal and cleared out by the Senegalese defense. Again, the ball lands right on the chest of the Moroccan defender. Pass it on to the left flank. What is he going to do with this one this time around? Defended very well, and it goes out for a corner kick in favor of Morocco. That was 2 opportunities by both sides, and they both missed those opportunities. That's a very nice defensive block by the Moroccan midfielder. Now Hakimi is coming all the way over. Not Hakimi, the number 2 wing back for Morocco is coming all the way over to take this corner kick. He plays it short, and it comes back to him, and a deep cross into the Senegalese half, and it goes out for another throw to Morocco. It's Alex. I don't. I want catch cool. All right. Official first half is over. At the moment, currently, the first half of the African Cup of Nations is finished, and we are yet to see no goals at all. And Senegal has dominated the first half. Morocco has been on the defending side for almost the entire part of the match, except for the last 5 minutes, wherein Morocco tried to place an attack and increase the pace and put Senegal under some element of pressure. Senegal has been there before. They know what it takes to play in the final. They know what it takes to get to penalties. They know what it takes to be under pressure. And at the moment in time, they are under serious pressure because they are playing against the host nation, who have 90% support on the stands, and also, well, I would say likely out of the pitch right now. Many of the other African countries are not in favor of Morocco. Even some of the North African countries are really not much in favor of Morocco. Well, like I said earlier on, I'm going to make my first phone call to my man, John Sama, who is possibly watching right now. And definitely, I want to see what his take has been so far within the first half of this particular tournament. I know for sure he's been watching this match. I know for sure he's been watching the entire tournament since he started, and he's been giving a lot of professional advice and commentary to me off the phone, not on the phone, off the phone. And I'm gonna call him right now and see what he's gonna say about the first half. So over to my man John Sama. Hello.
Hello, T-Boy.
Yes, John Sama, how are you? Welcome to another edition of Share Game Media Live. I know you're watching right now. I know, see, we don't take time off for this particular tournament from when it starts. So, what's the take? What in the first half look like to you?
Big man, I think say we look the two best teams in the continent. Exciting match.
So far,
And
Senegal
yeah,
don't look dominate the first half. If it is in a mistake or is deliberate, because we would expect say Morocco that they for take this game to Senegal, but it's been the other way around.
but I believe still talk before. I tell you, say Morocco not going to ever take that approach against Senegal.
Right.
You understand? Because Senegal get a formidable team, and then we always give them a good match. and we don't see him the first 45 minutes.
Okay. So what do you feel to say could be the kind of goal score line for this particular match today?
That's two attacking team. We used to say this how the game they go, and unfortunate for Senegal, they miss three of them. You know, valuable players in this their squad. You understand the captain and one central midfielder and the right back. We don't get a fantastic tournament. theater. And but the replacements will come in again. This young, Kamara will play midfield, and the right back Sebu Kamendi, they all long can perform very very well. And waiting see very outstanding. The composure of them two central defender. You understand,
Mm.
and see how they compose by this magnitude of match. You understand, they no get any sort of panic around them. You know, we make you see Morocco not just the company that way. They still you see they dominate. Senegal they dominate the match. That was then says they don't get them few chances. Them Morocco, but that's a game we the transition of the party game you see very very good both teams. So now make any the team we take the chances go I believe to go win this game.
If you say Akimi has been kept quiet for a reason, or he just
Not to
decided
just
not to go.
Hakimi, you see, even there's you see, you understand
Exactly. Well, again,
because
Akimi
mhm.
would always use for that player with overlapping camera attack.
Yeah, but just not forget say the young boy they playing left defense very very tough.
Hmm.
So you see, Sinamic Diaz almost body the whole. Any time where he save, the carry, they really go far away. Get one chance, and they get on the ball better.
Yeah.
So now make you see Diaz is a pass again for the drift can either can midfield or go na the left. Now the left side get small piece. You understand
Right.
because that player is able to place. Can get game too much na the national team and just can't replace the other. So
Right.
now make you see the try for play more on the left.
Senegal long a couple of one-to-one chances. You fit to say they not take their chances because this particular tournament and this game right now, if you don't take your chances early where you get them, then go punish you. Senegal long a couple of two one-to-one. What do you fit to
I know.
say make them able for perform on those one-to-one? Because it's very risky right
Well,
now.
now like how now your instinct to use so because so other player the regular goalkeeper for that particular world. You understand?
Hmm.
Because from the time we Asian foot like the kick, you see say the goalkeeper go down. You understand? So he can still dribble and go still like a right hand and finish back still. You understand?
Hmm.
But it take that on decision, but unfortunate for him we miss. But I believe say Senegal get adapt. You understand? Watch them bench. And you understand, say they can still carry in this game if they push. I just believe say they get edge over Morocco.
Okay, so at the moment, what thing would be your prediction for the second half? Because I know say right now
Second
the
half.
two team don't try for do the best they can. Senegal don't be better on the attacking side. If it's the same Morocco can push up the pressure now on Senegal.
Then we'll still comment in the same way, I believe. They're not going to change their approach because Senegal deadly in the attack. You understand? The three players they will play up for them. And with the midfielder they will join up very, very strong, you understand, with Senegal. So I don't feel same and Senegal they compete with them properly in the midfield. You understand physically they match them. So then we'll still take the same approach and go along with the game, how the game they go. But as I say, Senegal get a proper bench, you understand, then depth na them team so high. If they still count them players them back, I know say Morocco say get few, but if we go along to second half late to injury time, it depends. I believe say Senegal will get it. It depends, you understand.
Okay, so you feel to see this game will come out with penalties, just like all the finals and semi-finals, and don't be especially on this tournament. We don't get a couple of penalties them than the quarterfinals and semi-finals. If you see the final go end up for be a penalty shootout
I
type of
see
game.
goals. Well, I see goals by the game. If there's a chances there, you understand. Goals stay because not two attacking team. And the transition so many, you understand. So if we continue with that, it must happen. You understand. Then top players they know they get two, three, then they will make one. You understand? That's
Hmm.
where they will be. So if you don't miss one, two, the third one they score. So no just enjoy the second half again as we go.
All right, thank you very much, John. I'll come back to you later on. If we get any spectacular goal, I'll come back to you. Let you give me your analysis on
Okay.
that.
All right, boss. No
Thank you
worries.
very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right, that was John Sama of the Sierra Leone, I would say, Port Authority Lions, and the other fame of the national team as well. Now I'm going to call Naiman. This man also in Seleka column, and it is 1,000 miles away from the UK. I get two more phone calls from it anyway. But let's see if I can able to forget Sigismund on the phone, because even though he tell me say I will make a column, I know say go don't grab, but I doubt it. But I will try. And after that, I will go to Mioman Wede, not too far from we now we on corner so. Okay, let's see if I can get Sigismund on the phone. And this now one of Sierra Leone's finest sports commentator. I've worked with him well over 15 years in Freetown, and I've been now the man this way. We first start for do live commentary in Sierra Leone. I can always say Sierra Leone media has always been the first in so many things in Sierra Leone, but we will not make boku noise, and they make we get that kind of accolade the way we deserve. But again, that's for us. We don't want to be recognized for some of the things they want to do, but we don't really mind. We don't mind at all. All right, I think this man still there in bed. It's around about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning right now in Australia, and I wasn't too sure whether you're going to be able to get up and do this. But let's go to me other man waiting in France. I guess why me other man of France where they call. I know say today I guess me own man with the wait with the wash back as well. And I'm man in a man way and really forget I'm me and don't talk yesterday. And I definitely get for come back to him. Right, Slack call me man and see if he's available. It's called the teacher of all teachers. That's the African teacher. So this game don't be a very interesting game so far, and I believe say if we continue from predict what would they predict, it could be not just a one-sided game, but a game we will get two folds.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. African teacher. How are you? This is T-Boy calling you right from the UK, Sarah Media Live Commentary. I know you watch the game right now, right?
Yeah.
So what's going to be your analysis of the first match? I know say Senegal don't dominate almost the entire first half. What's your take on it?
Yeah, it's been a very interesting first half, and I have to be honest that I was thinking it was going to be a very difficult one for Senegal because of the 12 supporter the 12 player that is in the field for Morocco. But interestingly, Senegal is full of professionals, and these are guys who are playing week in, week out, and they've been able to understand what it means to play against the crowd. So for me, in my candid opinion, I think they've succeeded in deafening their ears and ensuring that they focus on the game. So they've taken the game to Morocco more than the way the Moroccans have been doing it against them. In my opinion, if Senegal are to continue like this, they might either get a goal or prevent the Moroccans from scoring. Because in football, what I understand is the fact that the best way to defend is to take the ball to the opponent and preventing the opponent from making an attack. So I think the Senegalese have succeeded in doing that. You can sense that there's not been any clear chance created by the Moroccans. For the Senegalese, in my candid opinion, they've done well. It's just that they've not been able to find the back of the net yet, and that is something that they need to work on in the second half. But so far, the Moroccans have been able to show the entire world that this is something that they've shown throughout the competition, because they've proven to be the best team in terms of defending. And if you look at the entire tournament itself onto this final, they've conceded less goals compared to all the other teams that have played in the competition so far. So it's been a very interesting first half, and I think it has been entertaining. But if the Moroccans would want to give their fans something they can talk about until the next edition of the AFCON, then they need to win this. They've proven They performed very well throughout the tournament, and this is the final part of it. They just need to ensure that they get something out of this particular final. They don't need to score too many goals. Just a single goal might just change the entire thing. And the fear that I'm having at the moment is the fact that Senegal needs to be very cautious. This is a Moroccan team that is highly technical, and they know exactly what to do. They've got the likes of Ashraf Hakimi, who can actually kill a game at any given moment. So the Senegalese have to be very cautious as they're making their attack. So I think it's been a very entertaining final. This is what we call a final. Two teams that are up at their peak facing each other in the tournament. Defending champion playing against the host. This is quite an interesting one. And remember, this is number one in Africa playing against number two in Africa. It's interesting.
Wow, that's a very vivid and clear-cut analysis of what you've said so far. But let me ask you one more question. Morocco has gone couple of, Senegal has got a couple of one-to-one chances. Do you think that could be a disadvantage for them for not taking those opportunities? Because if Morocco do have them, they will bury it.
They should count themselves lucky if they are to win the match at the end of the day. But they will blame themselves if they fail to win this match and Morocco end up winning it. Because in football, you make use of your clear-cut chances. Remember, the Moroccans will be taking their time now. They are managing the pressure because the Senegalese, all they've done is take this game to the Moroccans, and they've succeeded in doing so. So they need to be cautious. I will continue to say this because if a simple mistake might just cause the Moroccans to punish the Senegalese. And it's something that will be very, very painful on the side of Senegal. Because they've shown us in the first half that they're a team that is formidable, even though you have some key players who are absent, the youngsters who have come into the squad. They're not playing as if they are youngsters. They're playing as if they've been in this squad for a very long time. So this is what this is what you look out for. When you are replacing a player, the person replacing that player should be able to perform as if there's no one that is missing in the squad. And that's what the young guys are doing for Senegal at the moment. But one thing that the Moroccans have succeeded in is to have a very good goalkeeper between the sticks. He's done tremendously well throughout the tournament. And I think is not in how many matches you check the number of goals he has conceded, you know, and look at what he did against the Nigerians. That was an extraordinary performance. Look at the penalty stop he made. So if you have such a goalkeeper and you have a team with a very good defense, then it means you can actually bank on that, and you might end up winning the game. So I just think the Senegalese team should go back to the dressing room. The technical team just need to talk to the boys. They need to be a little bit, not very patient, because in such an encounter, you realize that the Moroccans are not giving the Senegalese strikers a breathing space. But even though the Senegalese are creating all those chances, they are not giving them a breathing space. So in the process of coming into the box, they just need to ensure they get themselves well organized to get the ball into the back of the net. They might end up winning this one, and that might just be a very good one for the Senegalese. But these Moroccans, I think if they are to win it, I will say I will be happy for them because they've invested so much. Take a look back at how Morocco has succeeded in getting themselves to the peak of football. See what they did in the last World Cup, the very first African team to go to the semi-finals. And here they are now. They've proven that it was not just a lucky moment for them in that World Cup. They've proven to the African teams that they are a formidable side and they can actually take the game to any team. If they can hold on to all the teams as they've done in the tournament so far, then I think it's possible that if they are to win, they might just end up celebrating for an entire week, and that's not going to be a surprise for me. So let's just wait and see what the second half holds in store. But in my candid opinion, I think the second half is going to be a much more technical second half compared to what we've seen in the second half. The Moroccans might want to open up a little bit more, push the Senegalese backward, because they might have been able to pick out that area that the Senegalese are coming on them, and they are raining attacks on them. And if they are to continue like that, then they might just commit a foul in that 18-yard area, and who knows? The Senegalese might just convert that into a goal, and everything will just change. So they need to be cautious. Take these guys away from your 18-yard area and see what comes next.
So before you go, let me just ask you one more question. Do you think this match is going to be ending up with a penalty shootout, just like all the other quarterfinals and semifinals in the past couple of days? What do you expect it to be like? An out and out goal
Uh,
scoring chances or a penalty?
I think in my view, from what I've seen so far in the first half, we're going to see goals. I don't think it will end in a penalty. I think it's going to be a narrow win for one of the sides. It's going to be a narrow win.
What will be your
I don't think
prediction?
we're going to end in penalties. My prediction,
Yes.
I would love to see the Senegalese winning. I would love to see the Senegalese winning. It might just end up in a 2-1. 2-1 is what I'm looking out for.
Okay, thank you very much, African teacher. I'll come back to you later on whilst the game unfolds. And now we are now going to the second half, and I'm going to call you back again before the end of the match or immediately after the end of the match to have your own view about the final match itself. Thank you very much once more.
Let's enjoy. Let's enjoy. If you have a beer by your side, just enjoy sipping your beer whilst you watch the second half.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you very much, boss. That's the African Chicha, one of Sierra Leone's finest commentators or one of Sierra Leone's finest sporting journalists. Definitely, he's been doing his act, and they are one of the examples to emulate in Sierra Leone, and they have been very dedicated in terms of communicating and supporting the game. So I will now have to go back to the match, and later on, I will be calling my man Desmond. So as the game unfolds right now, we are just taking you back to the pitch side, and we are at the moment going to talk about what is happening. Senegal has resumed play, and they haven't just resumed play for fun. They've been in control for the past 2 minutes, just about before the second half started, and they are now doing everything possible in their own power to be able to make the best out of this. So thank you very much once more if you're watching, and don't forget to join us. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to log on to Sierra Media Live on YouTube and Facebook as the match continues. So yes, we are now heading forward to the 48 minutes, about 3 minutes being played of the second half, and we are now going to see what the two countries are made of in terms of pushing the game further. Senegal has been playing extremely well. They've dominated the first half, and they are now looking forward to dominate the second half again. And the midfield has been the only side that most of the game has been played for both sides. There has been a huge challenge, and nobody has been taking full control of the midfield yet. Senegal has got a couple of chances, some one-to-one chances, about two of them, and they both hit the target. And Morocco has not made any clear-cut chances so far in this match, but I've got a couple of attacks that have made a huge difference into how the Senegalese team are defending. Morocco is in control of the ball right now in the midfield. They knock it around. Still in control in the midfield. Still in control in the midfield. And what we are seeing here today is two of Africa's best footballing side. Morocco is in control. A free header. And it goes out for a goal kick. That was a free, decisive header that will have changed the game so far. And Morocco hasn't taken that chances at all. This is a clear-cut opportunity for Morocco, and they haven't been able to bury it. And now they are having a corner taken by Hakimi, who is now wearing the number 2 jersey, one of the most famous jersey on the Moroccan side. That jersey hasn't been given to anybody, and the corner kick has been taken all the way into the 18-yard box of Senegal and cleared out by the Senegalese defense. And now to the Moroccan player, and along the long cross again all the way down to Hakimi, and he goes out for another corner kick. Hakimi and Sadio Mane has been challenging each other so far on this match, and they both have made significant strides for their country. And Morocco has not got Hakimi to lift the trophy yet, but yes, of course, Sadio Mane did it in Cameroon, and that's a nice corner being taken by Hakimi. Still Morocco with the ball inside the 18-yard box of Senegal. What is going to, and a block, a nice defensive block by the Senegalese defense, and the ball goes all the way down into the Moroccan half. So far, so good. Morocco has taken control of the past 3 minutes, and they are now on the rampage. That's a cross, goes into the 18-yard box, but blocked by the Senegalese defender. Morocco is still in control. Now Senegal hasn't been able to be first on the second rebound or the first rebound. They have lost that total control of the rebounds that are coming onto them. Senegal has been in not good control of the midfield so far. Morocco has dominated within the past 5 minutes, and that's a nice skill by the Moroccan wingback, and a foul being given to Morocco just about 10 yards away from the Senegalese 18-yard box. Morocco is now using skills and everything that they have. That was a clear header, but it was a Senegalese header for defensive one, and it goes out for a corner kick. I know the Moroccan spectacular goal scorer was waiting for that, but it didn't happen at all. Now a free kick is going to be taken by Morocco, and Senegal has been under pressure within the opening 5 or 7 minutes of the second half, and we yet to see what will be the outcome of this particular one so far, as Hakimi and the number 17 man is standing over the ball. Is it going to be an Hakimi free kick? Yes, it is. And now Hakimi's taking it. He goes all the way and hits the wall, and he goes back for a throw. Hakimi is a little bit doubtful today. I don't know what has been the problem, but he doesn't seem to be the same man that I know. All the smiles, all the jazz that he carries on with him is not being seen today. I don't know what has been the problem, but he doesn't look like a man who is up for this particular final. I don't know whether he's carrying any injury or he's doubtful of something that he's not sure of. So 52 minutes of the match being played, and now a long cross into the 18-yard box of the Senegalese defense, and defended well by Senegal, headed out into Sadio Mane, who passed it back to the back defense. And now a 1-1, number 15 for Senegal has just won a throw in their favor. The linesman is asking Diop to hold on and don't move too much. That's a nice throw to Sadio Mane, and still on the floor trying to win it again. Lost it to Morocco, and Senegal won it again once more. Back into the midfield. That's a nice cross all the way down the flank on your right. What is Jackson going to do with this? Is Jackson going to wait? Drives into the 18-yard box. Senegal in control again once more, just at the edge of the Moroccan box. Pass it again back to Senegal, all the way to the midfield. Now being brought all the way to the right, and the referee's whistle has gone as the Moroccan player is on the floor, not twisting, turning like the ones that are dramatic. And that should have been not a foul, but I don't know what the Moroccan player is doing on the pitch right now. Maybe it's just about having a technical knockout, because when the referee saw him on the pitch, he will stop the play and Senegal will not attack anymore, which is exactly what has happened. So Senegal has to start the attack again from the midfield. The ball is being passed on to the midfield. Back again to Mane. They're knocking it around to the right flank of the Moroccan defense. Senegal is now in control. Number 19 central defender has a straight pass into. That's a foul by Morocco. Lamine has secured a free kick in favor of Senegal. 10 minutes of the second half being played. El Kabi is talking to the referee. I don't know what's for. And that's a foul against Lamine, who is one of the mid. Oh, that's a step on Lamine's thighs, and the referee has given a free kick in favor of Senegal. Now Senegal is in control once more after the first 10 minutes. 6 or 7 of that 10 minutes was dominated by Morocco. Now Senegal is on the attack on the left flank. Pass it on to number 25 across into the 18-yard box. Cleared again by Morocco. Again into the 18-yard box of Morocco. That's a nice pass. blocked by two Moroccan defenders, and Sadio Mane is just smiling with that ball because he believes he had a chance to clear it out, and the ball comes to him back again for the second time. He drives it straight into the 18-yard box, but defended very well by the two Moroccan defenders, and he goes out for a corner kick in favor of Senegal. Corner kick is going to be taken by Lamine, and every Senegalese player is anxiously waiting in the box to see whether they can convert this one. You can see the young stars in the faces of the Senegalese team with the support of Sadio Mane. Now the corner kick is going to be taken by Senegal. It's now being taken all the way into the 6-yard box. He goes back out for a Senegalese player to do a bicycle, and he goes straight into the hands of the Moroccan goalkeeper. That's a long throw. Morocco is in control once more. Yes, this has been a decisive match between two of Africa's best nation in football. Morocco has done extremely well over the past 10 or 15 years. They have delivered for the continent in the World Cup. So has Senegal in the past. So has Nigeria. Now Morocco on the attack once more. And a missed again by El Khad, the spectacular goal scorer, just have a near miss. And this is the first time Morocco has had not a clear chance, but a semi-clear chance. And it was taken well, but extremely wide, as Mendy stretches out his legs and body and put the striker under pressure. And the ball goes out just on the right hand side of Mane for a goal kick in favor of Senegal. That was a slight chance. I will not say that's an out and out chance. No, that was a brief slight chance that Morocco should have taken, but unfortunately it wasn't possible for them to deliver that. So we are now waiting for a swift outcome of this match, because Senegal has defended very well, just like Morocco has done over the past couple of minutes, and we are yet to see some spectacular performances by both sides. Senegal, like I said, have a good record within the AFCON. They've gone to a couple of finals. Morocco does not really have a very good record. Not really very good, but they've done very well over the past couple of years as well. And they are one of the greatest North African countries that have delivered for us in other areas. But the World Cup, yes, they have, but not so much with the Nations Cup. And this will be the first time they are going to be the host nation, and possibly likely maybe win this one around, but I'm not too sure whether it is going to be possible. For now, they are not struggling, but they're doing everything very well in their own capacity to be able to secure goals, which has been difficult for them, as we have now Senegal in ball control on the left flank. Number 13 player is very swift, very skillful, doing his double legs skills, and is giving some really hard time to the Moroccan defense. Senegalese team is a very young side, and they have proven to be young, and they're doing everything possible in their own power to be able to gain momentum and get the first goal. Now Senegal is in control once more with a nice 1-2 blocks by Morocco, and long pass into the 18-yard box and headed down for a goal kick in favor of Morocco. The Senegalese team has been determined so far, and they are doing everything possible for them to be able to secure the first goal, but unfortunately it hasn't been possible so far. That was a nice pass by Morocco, and a clear or half a chance that goes all the way wide by the Moroccan extraordinary striker, who just came on the second half in his first match and secure 2 spectacular goals for his home country, and that gave him his space. Now so far, shots on target is now slightly different. Morocco has taken the lead just within 5 minutes of the second half. they have taken the lead from no shots at all to 6 shots in favor of them, and Senegal has taken 5 shots on target. So as we all know, the Senegalese team is one to be feared of. Their talisman defender is injured, is on the bench. He's not even on the bench, he's watching. That's a nice defense from Senegal. Back again into the midfield area for Senegal. Senegal is holding on to the ball in the midfield. Like I said earlier on, the midfield has been the most determined area for this competition, for this match. This final has been played in the midfield, and both sides haven't been able to dominate the midfield against each other at all. I would say equal share of the midfield for both sides. The flank is where the ball has made a difference, but we haven't seen the likes of Hakimi as normally as we used to see him changing dimension and changing direction of the match, but we're yet to see that to happen so far in this particular match. Senegal in control once more. The ball goes to Mane and pass it on back again to the Senegalese wing back. He lost it to the number 10 striker for Morocco. That's another clear chance. Blocks by Senegal. And again, it goes over the goal post. Morocco are now getting opportunities and they're not taking it. The game has changed slightly. Senegal, they're making some elements of defensive error, and Morocco hasn't been taking their chances at all. They've got like 2 clear chances now within the past 5 or 10 minutes, and they are not taking it at all. That's a clear miss by the Moroccan wing back, and it goes all the way over the goal post on the other side of the post. And that is not good enough for a striker of his own caliber, and I think Morocco are not going to be happy with him at all. So far, so good. Morocco has taken few chances. They've got few chances so far, and Senegal hasn't been able to do much within the past 5 or 10 minutes when the second half resumed, and they are now looking forward to a very tough match. It's now getting tougher. Like we were saying earlier on, we wasn't too sure whether Morocco is going to change the pace of the game, but I think they did, because they don't want to sit back and allow Senegal to be comfortable with the ball and thinking they are in charge. So far, so good. Morocco has taken charge of the match, and they are now putting Senegal under serious pressure, just like Senegal was putting them under pressure in the initial start of the first half. Senegal is now on the ball from the defense line. They are taking their time to knock the ball around to cool down the pace at which Morocco has generated some elements of force. And now Senegal is in control once more. You can see the young star nature of the Senegalese team, the way the guys are holding on to the ball, the way they dribble, the way they receive their first pass is a sheer determination to tell exactly how cool this team is and how young these guys are. And they are very much determined. 64 minutes of the match being played so far. The Moroccan fans are still anxious. They are not too sure whether they should be celebrating right now or not, because the game is just about to get to the crunch time of it, and Senegal is in full possession and lost it to Morocco within the first within that half, and now Senegal is now trailing and Morocco is in control. The midfield has been slightly taken over by Moroccans. That's a nice one too by Morocco. It's going to be a cross into the 18-yard box of Senegal, and it's defended well, and the ball goes right over the crossbar for a corner kick in favor of Morocco. That was a nice overlap by Hakimi. Like I said earlier on, he hasn't been doing that at all because he's been under pressure, but this time around he is doing what he does best, to overlap and get across or overlap into the other half of the pitch, and sometimes have an opportunity of goal scoring chances. So that has been the Hakimi that we know, and he's now taking that position once more since the beginning of the first 10 minutes of the second half. Now Morocco has a corner, and that corner is going to be taking shots, if not likely, by Hakimi. And that's a cross into Hakimi's corner, and it goes out for goal kick in favor of Senegal. Oh, we've got an injury. A serious injury right now. A very serious injury. We've got a cut on one of head, Morocco's player's head. Oh, that's a double header, and that's a very serious cut. You know, that's very serious. That's gonna be a very serious one. Oh, he's definitely going to need some serious elements of medical attention, and that is not a good sign at all. That's a very serious cut. I imagine what that cut will be like, and it will not be nice at all. Let me see if I can call my man Des and see what he's up to right now. I know he's glued up to his TV and making sure that he's watching every element of this match. I think Morocco is going to make a substitution because the way that guy has that injury, I don't think he's going to be able to further this match. All right, let me call my man there and see whether he's up to it for today's match. Again, once more, thank you if you're watching. You're watching Sarah J Media live on YouTube and Facebook. Hello, Mr. Desmond. How are you doing?
I'm fine, brother. How you doing?
I know you're glued up to your TV right now.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the game so far?
So far it's been very entertaining.
Okay.
It's been very entertaining, and we've seen both sides being at their 100%, giving it their all. Okay. The referee has also been able to allow the game to flow freely. We've seen some foul. You expect him to say, okay, it's a foul, but however, I just give the advantage and then play continues.
So you mentioned the referee. Do you think the referee has controlled the game so far? Because there are so many doubts over the past couple of weeks of referees being favoring Morocco in the past. Do you think this referee has done extremely well so far?
Well, for me, so far, this is what we have. You deal with what you have. If you have other referees, then you say, okay, let's bring them in. But if you've selected these ones, you bring them for a competition like this, you trust them. So whatever happened there, it's a process for people to learn, and then hope that the next one, it's not going to happen. But what we're hearing now, people are saying, oh, the referee is favoring X, Y, and Z. Everywhere in life, people will always make a comment, because if they have a bad day in the office, it's either the pen or the cleaner or somebody within the office who do not do X, Y, and Z. So it is what it is. And in football, you are trained to be somebody who takes everything and then act fairly. So it's all about it.
So Morocco has now taken control of the second half. I know the first half was primarily dominated by Senegal. Why do you think Morocco changed the pace of the game when they resumed second half?
Well, it could have been the team talk. And then if you look at what is happening now, Senegal has a player who is on a yellow card.
Right.
And so the Morocco realized if these two push hard, try to be consistent in their approach, maybe it could be possible to get that player book again. And with books, then they're going to be 10 against 11. So it's a kind of psychological warfare playing.
True.
Yeah, and this is what is going on. But Senegal, on the other side, they've not been so smart to think about it. Say, okay, even if that player is the best for now, that player should be off the pitch, because the slightest mistake he made, they are gone. And he's one of the players who is not afraid to throw tackle at any given time of the day.
Right. Okay, so what do you think will be going into the minds of Senegal right now as we are fast approaching the 78th minutes of this match? Do you think they're looking forward to end the match with a goalless draw and go into extra time or penalties?
I think this injury rest, had brought a sense of calmness again.
Okay.
If you look at the tempo this second half, this injury rest has brought a little bit of calmness. But again, if you look, the players are around the incident, and nobody's closer to the church line to understand what the coaches have seen from the tablet before them, and put it into action and show players, this is what we've seen, this is what we need to work on now. So everybody's just focusing on the incident. I think on both sides is also something for me. I wonder why the technical side, who analyze those things, and now with real-time analysis, you can see the point, put them together, and then able to call players on the line and say, look, this is what we've seen, this is where we need to focus now. But however, let's see, it's already 70 minutes on the clock, still trying to resuscitate someone to get back to his feet. So let's see what it's going to take. And the fans as well, they've been very, very much exciting, but not as much as you expect it to be when Moroccans are on the ball. Huh?
Okay. Do you think they might have given them some advice? Because I know over the past couple of weeks when Morocco is playing, if you are on the opposite side, you will not be able to have that ball for less than a minute because they will boo at you. Do you think some form of advice has been given to the fans?
Well, I can that I cannot tell. But if I was there as a fan, I do believe every second and every church, I would definitely raise my voice because that also helps as well, especially when they are playing for home.
Okay. So far,
Yeah.
do you have any kind of reservation with the way Senegal have played? Look at the capacity of the players. Most of them are quite young, and do you think they have been able to curtail Morocco, who is possibly one of the best African teams as we speak right now, that has gone all the way to the semi-finals of the World Cup? Do you think they have done very well with a side like this that has been dominating African football for years now?
This is an excellent job by Senegal, especially when you look at the players. They are very young, but again, don't forget they are all coming from clubs where they are first starters. They are not second starters. They are not second choice,
Okay.
and they're all starting. So coming from that back to come and play in a tournament like this, you already have an edge of what is expected of you, and this is what we see. And I think from the screen, from what I was just telling you, you see now
Yep.
one of the Senegalese technical and analysis coach
Yeah, I said
is
that.
already addressing a
Yep.
player on the line
Yep.
from what they've been able to analyze from the tablet. And this is what I mean. So
So
they're preparing somebody to come in. So which means they've seen areas that I was actually expecting them to engage earlier in discussion. But to be candid with you, this Senegal squad had been a very, very phenomenal squad. They are doing very well. It's a mix of experience and young boys who are hungry. They really want to play. Yesterday, my take was on Morocco, which I still hold. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a surprise because Senegal can hurt Morocco at any time, and Morocco can also hurt them at any time. But let's see how it goes. Huh?
all right, thank you
You
very much,
see?
Desmond. I'll come back to you definitely before the end of the match, and I will possibly get your opinion on the remaining 20 minutes of the match. Thank you very much once more.
Thank you, man.
All right. So that's Desmond Payne of Holland. I know he's one of the most dedicated driving force behind sports in Sierra Leone that lives in the diaspora. He's an all-round sportsman anyway. He's been playing tennis. I now see him having his interest on in hockey, which is quite interesting. And of course, for sure, he's a very determined sportsman, and he's been following football and following the great game all the way down to Sierra Leone from the highest level to the grassroots level. So now play has resumed. The corner was taken by Hakimi, and now Senegal has survived that corner. And the number 27 player who had a head injury has just been taped off, and he's now getting himself ready to come back on the pitch of play. And we are yet to see him being introduced once more as he jogs back into the field of play. I don't think he's injured enough for him not to carry on, but that seems like a very serious head injury that needs to be attended to as soon as possible. So thank you once more for the doctors on the pitch side, and I always say they are the fastest healing doctors in the world. And also the ones on the boxing ring as well can also be one of the fastest healing doctors in the world. But the ones on the football pitch, I can see some massive tackle that you might not even expect to possibly see that player to come back and resume play. But they always make it back up and then get on the pitch and play. Especially with head injuries. I think those head injuries are very serious, and Senegal should not be taking those chances. Mendy should not be joking in his goal line, as Morocco has increased the pace of the match, and they are taking the game now to Senegal, and the referee has just given Senegal a lifesaver. So far so good. Senegal is not doing too bad at all, and Morocco is doing extremely well as well. There's going to be a change of substitutes. Senegal is making 3 effective change, and we can now see that Senegal is ready. Asek is coming on. Mendy is going off. And the coach is very anxious, telling players to come on because he wants things to carry on. Sa is coming on, and Lamine Camara is being taken off as well. That's 2 maximum change. The next one is going to be who? So Senegal is making 3 effective change, 76 minutes of the match being played. And they're taking number 13 off, Mbaye. No, Mbaye is coming on, and Dia is being taken off. So Senegal has made very crucial introduction of 3 more players, and I think all these 3 players are midfield and strikers. No defenders, not at all, and they are all coming to give support to Mane, who has been on his own so far with very little support from the midfield and the defense. So now the ball is back again on the pitch with Mane, and he lost it for Moneda by the Moroccan side. That's a long throw back to Senegal, and won again by the Senegalese player. So Morocco has increased their shots on targets to 9, while Senegal still remains to have 4. It means Morocco has taken the game now to Senegal, and Senegal has been held on bay and won't be able to attack as much as they used to in the first half of this particular match. 77 minutes of the match being played, and we're yet to see no goals at all, and I'm not too sure whether this game is going to be decided by penalty shootout, but we hope not. But if it does, there's nothing much we can do about it, because that is football, and football is like a game of biscuits where you can break it, but it will only break where it wants to break. Mendy is now walking sluggishly to the. God, I think he has been injured. Now Morocco is preparing their own substitutes to come and play, and they're having a technical decision by the technical team. Football has evolved a lot. Now I can't even imagine you're watching the match and you're making analysis on the go, and those analyses can be vital to either the player or the team. So whoever is being substituted has to be told what to do. When you come, this is what we're doing. We're struggling in this particular area. We want you to come and change that dimension of how we determine to go forward, as Morocco is now going forward right in the 18-yard box of Senegal, and Senegal has just given a corner kick to Morocco. So far so good. Hakimi is about to take the corner, and Hakimi was quiet but not anymore. The corner kick is going to be taken, and the referee, the linesman, is asking Hakimi to wait. We're making a change. We're making a change, and the change is going to be as effective as ever. Morocco is making 2 significant changes right now. The spectacular striker who scores spectacular goals for Morocco is being taken off, and Tragili is coming on. 79 minutes gone, and Hakimi is ready to take the corner, and it's only 1 change that Morocco has made. And now the corner is going to be taken by Hakimi. 79 minutes. What's the referee saying now? There's been a tussle in the Moroccan, in the Senegalese 18-yard box. There's a pushing and shoving of players before the free kick the corner is being taken, and it goes straight into the hands of Mendy. That does not look too bad at all, but it was not hot enough, and Mendy collects it as easy as possible as he can. Senegal is now building on the attack once more. In their own half, they're knocking the ball around from left to right, back again to the right flank. Watching from my side, to the central defense again to the central defense, all the way to the right, and Morocco closed down the gap and across all the way down to number 11 player of Senegal, won it, and he's got two players on him, still holding on to the ball, and he goes out for a corner kick in favor of Senegal. Senegal's number 11 has been very much strong in that deep, and he's holding on to two Moroccan players, and now the corner has been taken quickly. It goes out for a throw, not in favor of Senegal, but in favor of Morocco. Sadio Mane is not happy. He's very much upset about that because he was thinking that was no, nobody touches it. Definitely yes, the linesman was correct. It's a throw in favor of Morocco. Throw quickly taken and cleared out by Hakimi. He goes into the middle, headed back into Morocco's half, and picked up by the Moroccan goalkeeper. This game is slowly coming to an end. 8 minutes of the official 90 minutes to play, and it's still 0-0 on both sides. We've got a couple of chances, 9 by Morocco, and now that would have been 10 chances, but now it was a header straight into the hands of Mande and quickly taken by Senegal, as the referee says no, you have to return the ball back and take it where the ball is supposed to be. Like I said earlier on, players like to take an inch or even maybe push the ball for just a couple of spaces, and they think those spaces will make a difference. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. So if you're watching live, don't forget to join us again. Don't forget to make your comments and suggestions, and I will be very happy to maybe answer your questions if you have any, or talk about anything that you want to be talking about today, as Senegal is now putting Morocco under pressure, but cleared out by Morocco, and Senegal has a throw. Senegal is in control right now. The ball is in their own half. Possession has slightly changed, even though Morocco has made a lot of attack, but still Senegal has more ball possession than Morocco. And I don't know how that can be possible. I don't know what sort of statistics these computers are reading, but so far so good. I think within the first half of the second half has been primarily dominated by Morocco, as Senegal is now on the attack, and that ball goes right across the 18-yard box of the Moroccan defense and cleared out again by Morocco, and the referee has issued a foul in favor of Hakimi. That was a teasing cross by the player that was introduced in the second half, and the referee declares a foul against Hakimi, and that foul was played by Sadio Mane. Well, if you're watching, please send in your comments. I know see right now, all man sit down the wait for see what will be the outcome of this match. Imagine if now Leon start be waiting for happen. Like the one who I'm not gonna say the one who UK, but just like I said, if now Leon start be the play waiting for happen. I don't know when Leon start get for going at the final of the African Cup of Nations. But if they do, you never know. But then qualify for sometimes then qualify next Nations Cup. We go for happen at East Africa, something gonna make a difference. But otherwise, I don't know. But anybody really watch this game right now and believe still Leon Star they qualify for the next African Nations Cup, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you believe in your Leon Star. Because me, I'm not gonna say I not believe, but I have some small element of doubt. So 5 more minutes of the official time to play for, and it's still 0-0. And Morocco don't put Senegal under some serious pressure over the past 10 minutes, and they are now still putting Senegal under pressure, and it clears out by Senegal, back again into the hands of Morocco. Morocco still in control of the match. Like I said, the midfield has been dominated. Now 1-on-1, not 1-on-1. Now Senegal is driving into the Moroccan half. take it to the right flank. What is this gonna be? Is there any chances? No, not at all. Oh my God! It goes out for a goal kick in favor of Morocco. That was a good chance. That was a good chance. That was a good chance. Now for tell them all ABZ. Tell them and subscribe. Subscribe to Sewajen Media Live. Subscribe because there are going to be serious programs coming up soon. And you don't want to miss that at all. You don't want to miss it at all. So please subscribe. Like I say, maybe within the next couple of weeks, Sewajen Media will be doing a subscription channel. Maybe we'll be asking you guys to pay some amount of money. And we're not going to get them at all because we're not for say we're good at producing quality. As we are right now in Studio 2, Studio 1 is getting ready for some intriguing programs that are going to be coming up anytime soon. Studio 1 is going to be under refurbishment soon. And again, like I said, we are ready for 2026. And you know what happens after 2026, 2027 to come. And then, of course, the finale of Sierra Leone politics is going to be 2028. Yeah, you know, get for funny, yo. So, like I said, if you're watching and you know for sure, say Salon get for qualify for the next African Cup of Nations, give me a thumbs up. So, we begin mark you face once and we know for say, we know the one they really support Leon Star. We know so not boku, but if you wait there, we'll go see what they're made of. And then they support Leon Star, and don't get me wrong, I do support Leon Star. And Leon Star na my team, na my country. I need a joke with them at all, but we get one the number we not get time for actually do the best that they can because then they can lead that business. Then we just say football na personality. Football not get nothing for good personality. You get for you play, you perform, you deliver, bang. Otherwise na zero. 2 minutes of the official time left. Morocco has made another change. They've introduced Yamik and Massina has gone off. They still have the injured player. We got the head injury still there on the pitch. I don't know why he's there. Maybe they don't have a replacement for him, but I think it's very scary to keep him on the pitch up till now because I can see some amount of bleeding going over his head. I think he might need another medical attention very soon. Yes, you're right. Desmond Morocco has slightly more territorial dominance in the second half, but Senegal has created clearer chances, including shots that tested Morocco's goalkeeper. Yes, we haven't seen that, and now it's another one again that comes in. And like you said, Desmond, a clear save by the Moroccan goalkeeper, and he has been very faithful today between those two goalposts and making it very impossible for Senegal to secure their first goal and possibly clinch this spectacular African Cup of Nations final. They're still on it right now. It goes all the way to the front post and collected again by the Moroccan goalkeeper. And Senegal has introduced two prolific players and both of them have done extremely well. Look at that for a skill. Now on the other side again. This is getting serious. This is getting serious. Senegal has a chance and hit the target, and Morocco has similar chance but failed to hit the target. That has been the difference so far for both sides. And Senegal, when they had a clear chance, they hit the target. And that's a very clear save by the Moroccan goalkeeper. Again, Desmond just said it. He just mentioned it to say the Moroccan goalkeeper has been the savior for the Moroccan side, and he has just proven it once more again. And Mendy has not been put under any amount of serious pressure, but most of the ball or most of the chances that Morocco has got has gone over the bar or next to the side of the goalpost, but they haven't been hitting the target at all. That's a good skills for Senegalese player to the right flank and a cross into the deep and cleared out again by Moroccan defense. The pressure has risen. Senegal has stepped up the gear, and this is like the 11th minute, 8th minute of extra time being added. Official 90 minutes is over, and the game has got a new dimension. Like I said earlier on, the injured Moroccan player is still on the pitch, and I think it's a high risk for him to be there. Senegal has introduced some young stars who are not scared of anything but can drive you right into your 18-yard box, and most of those chances should have been buried, but Senegal have done it all, and Morocco has a very strong defense line, and I would say it starts from the goalkeeper, who has been the savior so far for the Moroccan side. Now there is a corner being taken by Senegal, and everybody is anxiously waiting for the corner to be taken. Senegal is building up their momentum. They've got like 6 players into the 18-yard box of the Moroccan side, and he hits the goalpost, and he goes in for a goal. Senegal has taken the lead. No, the referee's whistle said no. The referee has disallowed, I don't know for what reason. Maybe they're going to check it out again and see exactly what has happened. No foul, and the referee is possibly declaring a push. The referees, but I don't think that is a push. No way. No way. You cannot stand in front of me and I'm waiting for the ball to come and then you telling me not to move. Oh no. Oh no. The referee has given a foul against Senegal at the 92 minutes of extra time, and that to me doesn't look like a push. That to me doesn't look like a push. That to me doesn't look like a push at all. Senegal is not making too much changes. They're bringing in 2 players. And yeah. I know that's one. You're so right. Yes, of course. Of course, the set pieces are going to be one of the dangerous things so far. And Senegal has introduced another player as the coach is anxiously expecting the game to continue because he doesn't want the momentum of that to change. What is the referee doing right now? Is the referee going to, he's sanctioning the Senegalese coach to get off and take his side on the bench and continue and stay within his box. Morocco is also making a change. Salah is coming on. Not the Egyptian Salah. Another Salah is coming off, and then Sabiri is on the pitch right now. So basically, Morocco has made another change. We still have the injured player on the pitch. I don't know why he's still there, because his injury is not getting worse, but I think I saw some element of blood earlier on tripping on the side of his bandage. So maybe the field doctors have taken a look at it once more. Now Senegal is holding on to the ball all the way down to Mendy. Mendy is holding on to it. We only have like 6 minutes more to play for. Back to Senegal on the flank, on the right flank, across, that goes all the way to Mane and cleared out by Morocco. Morocco is still holding on to the ball. Senegal has won it back again in the midfield where the battle has been taking place. Senegal won it back again in the midfield. Now they are holding on to it, and it's going to be another interesting 4 minutes to play for. Now the flank is empty. Moroccan defense now defended very well by Senegal. Right, this game is getting tense. Every other minute there is going to be a pressure on both sides, and that's a very clear-cut defense by the Senegalese side, and it goes out for a corner kick in favor of Morocco. Interesting football, very interesting football out we are watching right now, and the 2 prolific sides have done everything possible to secure themselves a winner, and it has been possible. It has been impossible. Just about 3 minutes more left to play for the extra 8 minutes injury time being added, and a corner is being taken by Morocco by Hakimi into the deep and headed out by Senegal. Again, double header by Senegal, and it goes to the right flank, and Morocco is in control. Now to Hakimi once more. He knocks it back to the back and then to the midfield for Morocco. Morocco is still holding on to it, and the injured man with the ball, he passes it on to the right flank in the corner. Number 10 across, and it goes out over the goalpost of the Senegalese defense. Just roughly about 3 more minutes to play for. Are we going to see extra time being played for? 15-15 each, or penalty straight away, just like that's like the 3rd place of the African Cup of Nations. Morocco is now very anxious. They're very, very much anxious at the moment in time. Senegal has scored a goal, but disallowed by a foul by the referee. and the game has been extremely, extremely physical within the last few seconds. Morocco wants to claim a foul, and if they do claim a foul, I don't think it will make any sense for the referee to determine whether that ball is a foul or not. I think the referee has carried on play, has signaled to carry on play, and you have a couple of Senegalese and Moroccan players arguing with the referee for that decision not to be made. You can't claim foul as Morocco number 10 player is claiming foul, and I don't think the referee is going to look into that at all. It's no foul, no foul. The Moroccan guys are very smart, they are very tricky, and they're doing everything possible to possibly secure a penalty at the 11th hour of this particular match. What? I can't believe this. The referee is checking for a VAR penalty at the 11th hour of the match. Definitely not what anybody is expecting to happen right now. I don't think this is fair play. And at the 11th hour of the extra 8 minutes being added, the referee is signaling for a VAR decision. That is a very crucial decision by the referee, and I don't think that is necessary at this point in time, because there has been a couple of VAR decisions that the referee hasn't taken, not in favor of any side. The referee has done extremely well so far, and he's now going to kill it all. He is definitely now going to kill it all. I mean kill it all. Whatever decision is going to make here, it is, if that decision is not in the favor of Senegal, then the match is officially over. If the referee gives a penalty, as you can see, the VAR box is crowded. What's the referee's decision? Yes, he has signaled a penalty in favor of Morocco. What a decision. What a decision at the 11th hour of this competition is totally not acceptable in the eyes of football, and the referee has done everything possible in his power to maintain the game as far as we're concerned. But now we've come to the end of it. 98 minutes gone. There is not going to be any more added time. Senegal are going to struggle with this one. They are going to extremely struggle with this one, because the referee's decision at the 11th hour of the entire 90 minutes and 8 minutes added time is not the perfect time to issue a penalty based on VAR. That is not a decision for any referee to take at this given point in time. It wasn't a clear foul. I would say yes, there is some element of contact, and we have seen those contacts earlier on. And the referee's decision, as far as I'm concerned, is not a decision that should be taken at this particular time of the match. Definitely not. Definitely, absolutely not. I think about 4 or 5 Senegalese players have been issued yellow card because they are not happy at all. And this is not going to be nice in the eyes of football in Africa. Again, like we said earlier on, Morocco has been favored by all the referees in this particular tournament for all the matches that they've played, and the referee has just proven it once more again to say Morocco has been the favorite side for this tournament. They host it. They're very good, no disrespect, and at the moment in time, they should not be awarded a penalty at the 11th hour of the extra 8 minutes being added to this particular match. Again, it has taken well over the initial time for this penalty to be taken. Exactly so. Senegalese goal has been disallowed for something that is supposed to be a push that wasn't a push, and the penalty is correct. Really? Okay. Diop should not have had his hand around Diaz. Yes, I totally agree with you, but again, it's the same thing that happens for the fact that There was a player in front of the Senegalese player, and it wasn't even a clear cut. You cannot stand in front of me, facing me, and when the ball is approaching me, you're turning your back against me. I will definitely shove you. That is the essence of the game. There is a push and shove that has been taking place all this time, and the referee has let play go on. He hasn't been in the position to decide whether those fouls can be given. But yet again, we are now watching a very crucial decision by the referee in this particular match. The Senegalese team will be very disappointed and upset with this one. They are not going to be happy. They are extremely upset. There has been a huge amount of argument on the pitch. There has been a huge amount of argument from both players to the Moroccan coach, and also to Senegal is taking their team back. They are leaving the pitch. They are leaving the pitch. This is not good for African football. The Senegalese team are leaving the pitch. They are not going to continue play, and I think this is bad for African football. Definitely bad for African football. The Senegalese coach is calling their team to withdraw and possibly not end the match. It is not going to be a good sign for African football at all, and the referee has done extremely well so far, and the Senegalese coach is calling his team to go home and not accept this sort of performance by the referee, and I think it's very much embarrassing for African football. Again, like we said earlier on, the referee has done well. He has put the game under control. He has allowed many fouls to carry on. He has pushed the game to play, not at the 11th hour, to make such a crucial decision when we all know what has been the deciding factor on this particular match so far. Well, like I said earlier on, we are now seeing a lot of stuff happening, and we are not looking forward for this particular thing to happen within African football. And I know for sure the referee is now in total shock, as this match might not even continue. I think Senegal are ready to take the biggest punishment for this decision that they're going to make, as their coach has recalled the team to go back to their dressing room. Is the play going to continue, or the referee is going to make a decision of what is going to happen after this, or there is going to be another talk in the changing rooms, or otherwise? Again, I know there is contacts. Yes, for sure, there was contacts, but again, Senegal had a goal that was very clear, and the referee disallowed that goal. And to call VAR at the 11th hour of the match, and for sure 110%, yes, you can do that, but not when you have both sides have done everything possible to dominate the match on their own, in their own light. So the Senegalese coach is not doing anything right now. He has called his team to halt play, and this is likely going to be the end of it. I don't know what is going to happen next, but it's very interesting. Let me see if I can call one of my men on side and have a discussion on this particular element of what is happening right now. I'm going to go back to Desmond. Desmond, I'm going to call you and see exactly what will be your take on this. And of course, the decision by the referee is definitely not a good one. Hello, Desmond. Welcome.
Yeah, T-Ban.
I know we're very much anxious right now for the referee's decision into that VAR penalty. Do you think is one thing that the referee should do after we don't manage the game so far so well within the past 90 minutes plus 8 minutes of extra time being added? What do you think?
Well, this is where we talk of human instinct failing us in the match, failing us in our actions.
Right.
At a crucial moment like this, whatever the law says, say whatever decision you take now, therefore question the integrity of the institution where they run the tournament, and also the integrity of you, the referee. So this is where we can let human instinct for manage the situation, and this is what the referee has not been able to do.
Correct.
Yes, because the reason why he has not been able to do and balance in objective way, he has not been able to go look crucial moment then at the screen where happened to Senegal. But now he has been forced to go look a crucial moment when I decide the moment in the match.
Yep.
And this is what has brought stalemate to this final. And
So,
to be candid with you, this is something we used to see in the early 90s when Africa had the World Cup. We say this is the only African teams that are going there. You talk of Nigeria against Italy, the era of Rashidi Yenkeni, where you see he was bundled off the ball, but at the end of the day, the referee did not blow a penalty. And this now we are seeing it, us doing it to ourselves. So this just tells you where we stand and how far we're going to take our football. And this is not just a problem for today. It's a problem that have always been there. You know, when we go to World Cup, we see decisions like this against African teams, and then we tend to fight against Swiss FC Old and Uruguay. And now we are doing it to ourselves. We're able to manage the situation. We will keep the beautiful game on going for the young ones.
So you feel say the decision where the Senegalese coach don't take could be a good one for puts the game into disrepute, or it will be a good decision by the Senegalese coach because he feels very disappointed for the referee to make such a decision after the game don't be under in control for so long.
Well, if you look, those with level head, they know what they're doing. Sadio Mane is with a level head, he's still there. He's not going, he don't talk with the coach. He's not going anywhere. He's standing there. He's telling the players for calm. He's acting how the professional players them for act. But to be candid with you, CAF itself has not been able to manage the situation properly.
Okay.
And some people have actually been sounding the whistle in the area of what happened with Samuel Eto'o. Just after the match, he was fined. And then it happened to the Moroccan president. Videos, pictures of his gestures are out. Nothing has been done.
Exactly. Okay.
So, you know, and for me, I don't like to say we're looking at North and West. No, we're all just one people. But the problem is human instinct. Sometimes they let we down for let we manage we problems there.
Okay. So yeah. Definitely the referee, I mean the coach has made a decision for the team to go back and play. Do you think that decision has been possibly managed by the higher authorities of CAF? Because I think if they walked out of that pitch, it's going to be a very damaging sight for African football. Do you think they have been cautioned not to do so?
But this is already a damaging sight.
Okay.
In fact, we've not been able to manage the situation at the pitch. You see, people will not get business for kind of the field. They can begin fet, make alala. The securities are there. They're not even match commissioner is there. Nobody is able to really take decision the way they should be taking. You see, and the pressure being put there by the Moroccans also just tells you that something is not right here.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Desmond. Let me get to another caller, and I can see you. You know, actually, I thought to myself today, if this game does not go on side of the Senegalese team, Diouf is going to come on the pitch.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
really
already. He has
something
been
like
talking
this.
to the players from the stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Des.
Okay, man.
Okay. Right, let me just come and give another man a call and get his own view about this decision by the referee. And the referee has signaled the penalty, and he's smiling. I don't think he should be a smiling man right now. He should be really ashamed of the decision that he has made in this particular final third of this particular tournament right now. The Senegalese players are coming back outside. Let me just call John quickly and get his own opinion about this penalty and at the crucial point of this particular match. All right, the entire team is coming back out again for the second time, and it's like an extra 15 minutes being played. Hello, John. Welcome back again once more.
I just sick, man.
What is seeking now? What is seeking now?
What's it, boy?
What is seeking?
Yeah, because you know, we don't get in kind of tournaments here we find, so you come full on this way.
Thank you.
Ah, man. Ow.
Well, they don't. You feel say for make the Senegalese team come back on the pitch was a decision not being made by the coach. It was an external influence, maybe by CAF or maybe by
Everything
even
involved
FIFA.
because it's just too disgraceful if we let me walk off. You
Right,
understand?
right.
But you see, money we nah match up player, you see how we behave. We
Yeah,
not come on the field.
yeah,
And what happen so this don't tell you about match up player because if the ball way happen so now be middle of the field, now waiting what you go see.
exactly.
Now waiting.
Because it don't happen many a times, but it don't
Now
allow
what
play
they ask
on.
you, the guy not consistent, the
No,
referee. You
it hasn't been
understand? It just
consistent. No.
yes, because few minutes ago something happened, you still want to go to the bear, you
Yep.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
But you know the guy push you for let you go.
Thank you.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And I make you still as I see where they are still push, I don't say it is stop the game. You understand what
Mm-hmm.
the time? And now foul, you understand, but it's soft. That's all.
It is a soft one
You,
because again the ball
yeah,
was not
just too
yet in
soft,
play.
man. Not so they
The ball
can give
wasn't
me a
yet in
you
play.
suicide or it.
Okay.
You know, go waiting say fan.
All right, John.
Now
Thank you
look,
very much. I'll,
no
I'll, I'll
man.
call you back as the penalty is going to be taken right now by Diaz himself again. Anyway, thank you very much, John. All right, the game continues. Again, Senegal has been called to come back on the pitch. Diaz, who claims to have the penalty, is ready to take the penalty, and we're not sure whether God will decide. This is not God get for decide. If Diaz score, doesn't mean it is actually a penalty, and if he doesn't score, it will be in the favor of Senegal. But the referee don't definitely pull this game. If Senegal is even going to lose this particular match, I think it is going to go down in history to say the referee killed it all. And he is about to take the penalty now as we all waiting for the penalty to be taken. Referee's whistle has gone, and Mendy is ready, and Diaz is also ready. Right, we don't know what is happening right now. We're waiting anxiously for the penalty to be taken, but nothing happens. We're still waiting. The referee has signaled his whistle, or maybe may haven't signaled his whistle, and we're yet to see what is going to happen with the penalty. Diaz is standing next to it, and we are all anxiously waiting for the penalty to be taken, and we are going to scream, laugh, smile, cry, or die. Yes! He missed it! He missed it! Oh my god! Oh my god! I think this is deliberate. I don't think Diaz actually wanted to score this penalty. The way he kicked the ball is definitely not something that he wanted to do. The Diaz that we know will not kick a penalty in such a manner. So I still not going to buy it. I'm not still going to buy it. I'm still not going to buy that. The referee has blundered and Diaz has missed a penalty, and I am not really impressed. I am not really impressed with that penalty. Definitely, Diaz can do better than that. That penalty is just a justification to highlight the fact that Morocco did not merit that penalty. Again, like I said, Diaz not a player we will miss penalty in that manner. I totally disagree. I will not accept it. I'm not going to feel so then a clear miss. No, it wasn't. Then do one deliberately for make we get to the stage we'll get to so right now, so the game will continue. And again, like I said, I don't think the penalty should justify the result right now. And if Diaz me for not score that penalty, it would have been the end of the match, and it would have been disastrous for African football. But the referee has just been saved by the bell. Just the same way how Senegal end up for comeback on the pitch is the same way maybe they have told the penalty kicker to just miss that. Because I know reason I told Diaz the kick penalty. No way. The Diaz way we know this is a crucial penalty that will give Morocco the winning for the African Cup of Nations final at home turf. No, Diaz will not kick a penalty like that. If he does, then maybe, just about maybe, he deliberately decide for doing that with it. But I'm not free to say the Diaz will sabi go kick penalty like that. We now the crucial penalty way for secure them victory for win and lift the African Cup of Nations inside their home turf. Again, we can see how we go kick penalty if they end up for go into 5-5 penalties, if they come into extra time and it doesn't work for them. So like I say, once more, it's very interesting. It's a very crucial moment. Now we have the two captains back again on the coach line. I mean on the center line for can start for the next 15 minutes extra time being played. To be played. So it's 15 minutes each and the referee is smiling and laughing, but it don't kill the entire totality of this game. It don't put them into pure elements of disrepute, and it don't make people they not get no confidence in him no more. Because as far as we're concerned right now, this game would now for Usa Udesu Nado for don't done the first or second leg of the 15 minutes extra time being given for make them decide who that go be the winner. But so far so good. That didn't happen. Even if Morocco win this tournament right now, I think the referee don't kill everything about the competition. The competition has been played very well. Every other country don't perform to the best of their ability. I mean, it's taken both sides or Senegal for walk out of the pitch for well over 15 minutes. The game don't slowed off, don't killed off, the momentum don't die. Everything about the final is finished. So coming back again 15 minutes after that, you don't expect anything spectacular to happen. So I'm not surprised with Diaz missed that penalty there. I think it is deliberate. I will not say they don't go tell and say like he missed so, but so far so good. I wasn't expecting that penalty to be missed by Diaz. Diaz was so we're very angry. Do you see the way how he felt for the penalty? I don't think he will miss it. But anyway, let's continue with the match commentary right now as we don't start the official 15 minutes of the first 15 minutes to be played for. And Senegal, Mendy hold the ball. It push him slightly round for make we able for get an attack again for the first time of the first 15 minutes being played. That's a nice header back by the Senegalese midfield. And it clears out by Hakimi. And it goes for a throw in favor of Senegal. This is a different match now that we are watching. It's not the same match like we've watched earlier on. We're now coming into the first 15 minutes of the entire match to be played for. This is now extra 15 minutes being added. And it get to be 15 minutes on both sides. So basically, we are now waiting for that to happen. Senegal is on the attack right now. A cross that goes all the way into the 18-yard box, and me browse out the browse, and when me browse I don't browse. So again, this is a very interesting thing will happen, but I think overall we'll not for take this game lightly at all, because the way the African football they play right now all over the world, it is very much interesting for see what's in the outcome of some of the things that really happen. Now the game where we all love to see. Senegal is now building on the attack. They've got a new man coming on who's wearing the number 12 jersey. Now the captain is on the ball right now. And the internet, they browse. They slow down, having some elements of breaks. And it's happening on a regular basis from the official site of watching. Now Morocco is in control. They're knocking the ball around. It's been blocked by the introduction of the new Senegalese wing-back. And Diaz seems to be very much unhappy with himself, but I think that is a stunt by Diaz. Well, if not stunt, he's stunt now, you're not stunt well. Well, if you're not stunt now again, you're not try for in team at all, because you don't put in team into another 30 minutes of gruesome football. That's Hakimi with a long pass all the way to the left flank into the legs of the Moroccan player, who is number 17, and the injured man won it again off him by the Senegalese defense, play it back and knock it to Mane, one-on-one. What is Mane going to do with this? And he scores! What a spectacular goal! What a spectacular goal by Senegal! Senegal has taken the lead once more for the first time, and that is not questionable. Definitely not questionable at all. It's a spectacular smash star, and it goes right on top of the goal post and underneath the goal bar into the net of the Moroccan goal. Senegal has taken the lead by scoring their first goal of this competition at the 11th hour of the first. No, not the 11th hour. This is not allowed the line right now. But yes, Senegal has taken the lead. They are now leading by 1-0. And as we all know, this match has been a very interesting one so far, so good. And we know for sure, say Senegal is not a side that you can underestimate in a competition like this. They are very prolific, and that's a smashing strike by Kuye on top of the goal post, and it swings itself underneath the goal post for a spectacular smasher, and it goes right underneath the net of the Moroccan goal. So Senegal has taken the lead, and they are leading now by 1-0. As we know, there has been a huge element of controversy before this time, and Morocco is trailing. He just won the ball in from the halfway line and flip it back and pass it on, and he collects it from the left flank and smash it into the Moroccan goal. That's a very nice goal that dictates exactly who is in charge here right now. So Senegal has taken the lead by 1-0, and they are now in front of this particular match. And yes, we are now seeing so many spectacular things happening, and that's a shot by the Moroccan number 19, and Diop has gone down on the pitch for a medical attention to be given to him shortly. So far so good. It's 95 minutes being played, so 5 minutes of the extra time of 90 minutes being played. Only 10 more minutes left to go, and the referee should now be a certain individual, and the reason why he's a certain individual is because of the decision that he made at the 98th minute of the extra 8 minutes being added. And now Senegal is in control in the midfield. That's a nice tackle by Morocco. Morocco now have the ball, and the ball has been driven into the Senegalese 18-yard box and cleared out by Mendy, and it goes again into the 18-yard box. And now the injured Moroccan player has passed it on back, and then number 18 is building the attack. A long pass into the box and cleared by, defended well. It goes straight into the hands of Mendy, and yes, he can't do nothing about that. And definitely it was a good twist and turning around and a good smashing ball that goes straight into the hands of Mendy. Now Morocco is holding on to the ball again in their own half. As we clearly know, this is going to be a very interesting 20 minutes to play for, and Morocco is now trailing from behind, and a foul being given to Senegal just around the circle of the 18-yard. Just around the circle of the center half, and that was Diaz's shot, and a very nice, comfortable collection by the Senegalese goalkeeper Mendy. Diaz has been substituted, so he's coming off right now, and he's been replaced by number 16, who is going to spend the next 15 or 20 minutes of this match. And Morocco has made 2 more changes. They've brought in 2 more players, and those 2 players are going to be very much instrumental within the last third of this particular match. So far so good. Senegal is in control once more. They're knocking the ball around on the left flank and won it back again by Morocco. Senegal won it once more and pass it on to the defense. Back to Mendy, the goalkeeper. What is Mendy going to do with this? A long clearance that goes all the way down the flank into the midfield of the Moroccan half. Headed up back again by Senegal. Senegal headed back again. The ball is in the air. Headed back again by Senegal. And Morocco is now in control on the left flank. Defended well by Senegal. Won it again by Senegal. Morocco has it. Senegal won it. Headed by Morocco. Senegal won it again in the midfield. Headed back again by Morocco. Interesting. Headed back again by Morocco. Senegal won it. A very big clearance that goes all the way to the left-hand side of the pitch as he goes out for a throw in favor of Morocco. Morocco taking the throw quickly, and Morocco now is in possession. Number 18 is calling the man to come and get him. He missed it again once more. Back again to Morocco, to Senegal. What is Mane going to do with this? Are we going to be able to make a cross? Yes, he did manage to do so, but it goes all the way across to the other end of the goalpost and clears out by Morocco. Senegal back, have it again in the middle, lost it again slightly by the Senegalese player, and Morocco is in control in the midfield. They're holding on to the ball. They're pushing it hard. The number 16 player that just walked in is holding on to the midfield, controlling the game, keeping the game, cooling it off, and sending it back in defense. Back Morocco in the midfield. They're holding on to it once more, knocking it around to the right, to Hakimi. What is Hakimi going to do about this? Back to Hakimi again. Hakimi is driving it into Senegalese half. He's going to put it back again to the striker just behind him. Back again, won by Senegal in their own 18-yard box. A nice driven pass, stopped again by Morocco. Morocco is in control. Hakimi once more, drive it into the attacking midfielder coming into the injured man. Back again to the left flank, across into the box, and they cleared out by the Senegalese player. An interesting match so far, and we are yet to see some elements of spectacular stuff to happen. I know this is very interesting, and we now know that Senegal is leading, and a ball dropped down into Mendy's hand and kicked by the Moroccan striker, and Mendy is definitely crawling, seeking for attention on the pitch. And that's a very nice decisive header down. Oh yes, there's a contact, but the contact was on the ball and not on Mendy's hands. But maybe, yes, this is a crucial time for them to act upon anything that they want to act upon. Mendy is up on his feet again once more and being told by the referee of what to do. And yes, we are waiting for Sadio Mane to be able to lift this trophy for his side. A very interesting 10 minutes been played so far. Just about 5 minutes more left to finish the first half of the 15 minutes. Extra time being added to this match. And Senegal is on the attack again once more and lost it in the midfield of the middle of the Moroccan 18-yard box. That's a long pass all the way down, flip over by Morocco, and Mendy clears it out. And possibly the referee is going to give them a foul. So if you're out there watching, don't forget that you're watching Shevajay Media live on YouTube and Facebook. And welcome once more to this spectacular final between Morocco and Senegal in the African Cup of Nations 2025. Nothing to be scared about. This match has been a very interesting one, and so far so good. We have seen the outcome of what football is made of in Africa and what football is made of in the world as a whole. We've seen what Morocco has done, and we've also seen what Senegal has done in this particular competition. Well, like I said, history is not going to be repeated here today. Definitely not. Senegal is attacking again once more, and that's the goal. They're still showing us the goal. The goal was a spectacular one by the Senegalese midfielder who gave it all. I know God is good all the time. Referee wasn't thinking right, and VAR, that's not a penalty. Well, we will not be sure right now whether the VAR should be utilized effectively in proper football. Diaz is very much upset with himself as the camera is on him, and he has taken full responsibility of not taking his side into the winning spree of this particular tournament right now. And if that was a stunt, it was not a good one at all, because now Senegal has taken the lead and it's just about 3 more minutes left within the first 15 minutes that has been played for, and we are now looking at a Senegalese side that is defending extremely well and not taking any chances at all by the introduction of all the youngsters that they have right now on the pitch. and the referee will be ashamed of himself for the decision that he made earlier on this particular match. Decision was not a bad one, but I think it was a crucial one after he has accepted so many other incidents that has shoving and pushing around, and accepted this one at the 11th hour of the extra injury time. That's a cross, and that goes out for a goal kick in favor of Senegal. And that's a missed header. The Moroccan number 19 actually headed the ball to go into the net, but it goes out for a goal kick in favor of Senegal. It was a very tight one though, and a very good attempt by him as well. Morocco has a player on the floor right now. I don't know exactly what has happened. He's seeking attention by the touchline doctors, and I think he's going to be reintroduced to go back on the pitch and continue play. That's a nice one too by the Moroccan wing back, who is going all the way. Won again by Senegal, and Senegal has been defending very well. The game has come to normality again once more, as we see Senegal doing the best what they can do in terms of defending themselves and making sure that they're holding on to the ball. That's a nice one too again by another player. The Senegalese player is driving into the box and he hits it and blocks by the Moroccan side. Morocco is now on the attack again once more. Won again by the Senegalese player. This is very interesting. I'm off my chair, shaking and being excited about the whole thing unfolding right now in front of me, as Senegal has taken the lead and Morocco is trailing by 1-0. Morocco has defended very well. Kudos to them, and the ball goes all the way into the hands of the Senegalese goalkeeper Mendy. Mendy has been one of Africa's best over the past couple of years. That was a chance. That was a clear chance again, blocked by the Moroccan defense, and these defenders have been very much. Oh, that's Hakimi. Blocked by Hakimi, and now Morocco has control in the midfield. The midfield has been tight so far, and that's a nice play by the Moroccan midfielders, and the referee did not give any foul at all. That is exactly what's been happening earlier on this match. The referee has not been issuing man-on-man tackling. He has not been issuing fouls that are shoving and pushing, and then all of a sudden, at the 11th hour, and now Morocco on the attack. Hakimi, okay, unfortunately, it goes too wide on the other flank. Oh, that's a bad pass by the Senegalese wingback or midfielder, and now Morocco is back in control of the ball and lost it again to Senegal. Now is Hakimi and Sadio Mane. A foul being issued, and the referee has given Mane a foul in his favor. Mane is a very skillful player, and he knows exactly what to do when he gets himself tight in a situation. These are very well experienced players, and let me now get to one of my men and ask him about his opinion about the first half. So I'm going to call the African doctor, the African teacher, and get his opinion on what has happened so far with this interesting encounter between these two nations. Phone is ringing. Hope he picks up. Phone is still ringing. I'm waiting for him to pick up. I think he just did.
Hello?
Yes, boss. African teacher. I know say right now we have watched history in the making of African football. We don't see say the referee make a crucial decision. What's your take on the decision of the referee for the VAR check, and why you feel say Senegal then he left the pitch and come back afterwards?
Honestly, I think it was a very tight call. The penalty decision was a tight call. For me, I think it's good we have a VAR now, because if the referee didn't just decide on their own, it would have been a very big problem. But it's good we had the VAR that called the referee to give him the advice, and that call actually helped the referee to take the right decision. It was a foul. That is something one cannot argue about. It was a foul, and I was able to watch the replay several times, and I was able to conclude it was indeed a foul. But I think the Senegalese coach didn't display anything like a sportsmanship behavior. That would
Okay.
have killed Senegal. It would have actually dampened the spirit of the players. It would have actually changed the complexion of the tournament itself because we've enjoyed the tournament right through since the start, and we thought it should have ended in a colorful way. It was good that we have a player like Sadio Mane who listens to people, and he was able to call back the team. And at the end of the day, the coach himself would have been ashamed now that the players were able to get themselves together. Goalkeeper saved the penalty, and then they were able to get a goal. Now, this is what we call football. Football is about being patient. Football is about being composed and being able to push forward and against all odds. But I think we have to give credit to the players. They've been very disciplined and they've been able to take the game back to the Moroccans. But I think it's still not over yet. We can still see Senegal getting another goal or the Moroccans leveling things because this match is far from ending. This last few minutes that are remaining are very, very crucial moments for this particular encounter. But I wouldn't love to see penalties. I think I would just love this match to end like this. I don't want to see more drama.
Okay. And we know the decision of the referee was okay. Yes, it is a penalty for sure because if you look
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
VAR decision. But don't you think the decision to actually award a VAR check at the 11th hour of a competition like
But,
this is not a fair one
but
based on
you
few
know,
examples that we can make? And earlier
mm-hmm,
on,
mm-hmm.
Senegal had a couple of decisions that were questioned and they signaled to the referee for a VAR check, but he refused and he declined all of those VAR checks initially, and he was allowing ball to play even though there were crucial challenges. There has been a lot of shoving and pushing in and on and off the 18-yard box of both sides. But I think,
Yeah.
don't you think that decision was too crucial to make at that point in time?
It was crucial. It was crucial if we are to look at it in that way. But it has to do with the rules of the game. It's either you give it or you deny it.
Okay.
It's a decision to be taken by the referee. And at the end of the day, what he did was to go back and check the VAR. Yes, that decision was very, very crucial. It
But he
came in
did
at
not
the
make those decisions earlier on when Senegal scored a goal
yeah.
and was
So
disallowed.
that's when you start to point fingers at him because
Okay.
there were calls, yes, that were supposed to have been made, but he refused to do so, and
Right.
that was the crucial one. But I cannot argue about the decision itself. It was a fair one. It's just that one, the timing, yes, could have been questioned, and another was that the point at which it was done was a crucial one. But I love the fact that Senegal were able to put themselves back into the game and see how best they can be able to get this game going. But trust me, let's just wait for the next few minutes and see what's happening. You see what's happening at the moment inside the box of Senegal. You saw what just happened.
Yeah.
That was a near miss for the Moroccans, but it's still the Senegalese just need to be disciplined in that defense area if they want to succeed. And I think Sadio Mane, even without the captain ban, is showing leadership quality, and this is very much good for Senegal. It's good they have a player like that who's very much calm, a player that can actually listen to other people. I did not listen to the officials that spoke to him. That would have been the end of that match.
Right. So thank you very much. I'll come back to African teacher as we now see Senegal is under serious pressure, but they've managed to survive that, and Morocco has been in control within the past past few minutes of the opening of the second 15 minutes. Thank you very much. I'll come back to you.
You're welcome. I just hope this time you'll be able to sit on the edge of your chair because it's a very, very tough one now. It's going to be
It
very
is a
tough.
very
Trust
tough
me.
one, I agree with you.
It's a
And
tough
I've been
one.
on
Yeah.
the edge of my seat right now, and I don't even know what
That's
to
good.
do. Oh, that's a chance again, saved by Monday. All right, thank you very much,
Yeah.
African teacher. I'll come back to you later on.
All right. All
Thank you.
right.
That's the African teacher. Like we said earlier on, Senegal is under serious pressure right now, and they are going to do everything possible. That's a nice save by Mendy, and we now see Senegal doing everything possible to protect their lead and don't allow Morocco to equalize and take the game back to square one. Won by Senegal, but foul been given towards Morocco, and as we all know right now, the game is under some serious tension between both sides, and we don't know exactly what is going to be the outcome of this particular match, and Morocco is putting Senegal under some serious amount of pressure at the moment. So far so good. Is Senegal leading by 1-0, and Morocco is trailing at home against a side that has been to the final before and don't take any chances of losing it when they are on top of it all. So if you're watching, stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and don't forget to follow us on Facebook. And like I said to you earlier on, Sarah Jane Media is going to be running a subscription page anytime soon on our YouTube page. So for those of you who followed us on YouTube, you might be asked to pay us a little amount of money. It's not going to be that much, but don't worry, we'll make it very affordable for everybody that has followed us over the past couple of years. So we'll give discounts, yeah? Maybe we might give discount to our dedicated followers. So stay tuned and subscribe. Free kick being taken straight into the hands of Mendy. An interesting few more minutes, 15 more minutes to play for in this particular final. And like African teacher said, maybe Senegal is going to secure themselves another goal, or maybe Morocco is going to equalize, and that is going to change the face of what the final looks like right now. Senegal is in control, lost it again to Morocco, and it goes back into the legs of Senegal. Senegal in control in the midfield, and this is going to be an interesting encounter. The last few minutes are going to be challenging for both sides. Senegal in control, they're knocking it around. A nice swift pass that goes straight into where? Into where? Come on. All right, again, Senegal hold on to the ball in the midfield. They're knocking it around on a counter attack and a push. A push from the back by the Moroccan player, number 19, a youngster himself as well. These are youngsters playing against youngsters, and they've done everything possible to get their games or get their countries to be proud of what they're doing. Nicely done by the Moroccan defense. Is raining heavily right now, and that's a clear chance. That's a clear chance by Morocco, and it goes back out for the second attempt. That's a brilliant save by the goalkeeper. Very brilliant save by the goalkeeper, and did a second save again by the goalkeeper, and he missed it, and he goes out for a corner, a goal kick in favor of Morocco. That was a clear mere miss. That could have been 2-0. That could have been 2-0. Now Ghana is back. He's now taking over the captain band. You have senior players like Mane on the pitch, but he's not the captain, and he hasn't been the captain for a while now since he dropped the handband, but he's doing extremely well on the pitch in making sure that the team is under control, and he's providing leadership, which is what is important in every occasion, whether be it politics, be it football, be it anything. Leadership is very crucial, and Sadio Mane has provided that leadership for his national side. And now free kick being given to Senegal, and they're about to take the free kick, and the referee is raising concern. The free kick was quickly taken and headed out by Morocco and back into the 18-yard box of the Senegalese of the Moroccan half. Morocco clears it out to number 26, who is driving it hard, and a foul being given to him. Morocco has been awarded a foul and a yellow card for the Senegalese player, who is Sarr, and he goes all the way into the Senegalese half. Morocco is in control right now again from the midfield. They knock it around to the injured player. 1-on-2 blocks by Senegal. Morocco back in control again, just few yards away from Senegalese 18-yard box, and still in control. Morocco is knocking it around from the left to the right. Defended well by Senegal, won by Senegal, and taken back over by Morocco, and a foul being given in favor of Senegal. That's a foul against against Mane. This game is very interesting. It's a very interesting match unfolding right now in front of our eyes. We've seen the nature of football, and it is heavily raining right now in Rabat. The Senegalese coach is still standing off, and he's making sure that his team is under control, and he was possibly advised to get his team back on the pitch, which I think was a crucial decision that he has to make. And by making that decision, has brought his sides to be in front of this particular final right now. A very deciding one. And Moroccans are not happy at home today as they watch their host nation trailing by 1-0 by a Senegalese side that has been very much upset within the last half. And now Senegal is on the attack again. That's a nice shot that goes straight to the goalkeeper, and it goes out for a corner kick in favor of Senegal. The Moroccan goalkeeper has been their savior today, and he has made some possible saves. And that was a straight shot that goes straight towards him again by the goal scorer, number 26, who wants to celebrate for the second time. And the goalkeeper has denied his second chance of celebration. The ball goes back, short man to Mane, and it goes back for a corner kick in favor of Senegal. Senegal is now putting Morocco under pressure within the last few more minutes to go for the second 15 minutes. And Moroccans are getting the ball to play, and they are very much anxious for the ball to be, for the match to continue, as they are trailing by 1-0. So as we all know, the referee is signaling against the Moroccan players that my watch is not going to stop. So by the time you do what you're doing, that's a straight header that goes out, and a volley goes all the way wide by the captain of Senegal. Number 5 central defender has done extremely well so far. It seems like a quiet man. He's not talking too much on the pitch, and he's paying much attention to the game instead of talking while Sadio Mane is doing all the talking for him. That's a long clearance by the goalkeeper, brought down by the Senegalese side. Now in control, pass on to... Oh, the referee has given an offside position for that particular attack, and it was a good one too. Nice one too. And as you can now see, the Senegalese coach is very anxious and is pushing his sides to get themselves on track and defend well. And the Moroccan coach as well is doing equally the same, collected by Mendy. And he lies down on a wet, muddy pitch right now, as we know is heavily raining in Rabat. That's a nice clearance by Mendy. He goes all the way off the 18-yard box. He comes back down into the legs of the Senegalese newly introduced player, and a throw being awarded to Morocco. It's nearly about 12 more minutes to play for, and this is a crucial 12 minutes for both sides, and we hope and pray that both sides get the best of it. And if the best of it is what we all believe in, then definitely we are going to see another great encounter that is going to happen today, unfolding in front of our eyes. So far so good. Senegal is leading by 1 goal, and Morocco is trailing by 1 goal, and Senegal are doing everything possible to secure this brilliant and marvelous win against a side that has been dominating African football for well over 5 years. I would say for well over 10 years anyway, because their side has done everything possible. They've performed very well in various different capacities during the World Cup, and also during the qualifiers of the African Cup of Nations, and also during the qualifiers of the World Cup. They are the host nation this time around, and they haven't been beaten until they get to the final today. And this final has been a very crucial one for them, and they're doing everything possible in their own power to make sure that they either lift the trophy or secure themselves the second position as runners-up in this particular competition. So far so good. Morocco is doing extremely well to keep Senegal off the pitch. To keep Senegal off the field of play, as they are doing everything possible in their own way to secure themselves a position And that's a nice pass and goes straight into the hands of Mendy, who has been extremely superb. There's now going to be a lot of technical knockdown by both sides. 19 minutes, just about 11 more minutes to play for. And Senegal is leading by 1-0. And we are yet to see anything spectacular to happen on this particular match, as a header goes down into the half of the Senegalese side and a foul being given towards Senegal. So far, so good. Morocco has done everything possible in their own power to be able to secure a victory for this particular match, but it hasn't been in their favor at all. Senegal has been consistent. They have done everything possible as well to secure themselves a win. And like I said earlier on, the player with the injury is bleeding, and I think she should have been taken off the pitch for the purpose of safety in sports. Again, it's a head injury and it cannot be taken slightly at all. So far so good. We are now fast approaching the end point of this match, this crucial final that has been determined by both sides, and that's a long pass all the way down to number 12 man of the Senegalese side, and he goes out for a throw in favor of Senegal. Well, we are waiting for spectacular things to happen right now. I bet the stadium is possibly half empty at the moment because the Moroccans don't normally stay when they're losing at their home turf. They will definitely go. That's a nice pass being cleared back out again by the Moroccan defender. Senegal has taken some chances. They've got a couple of one-to-ones as well within this last third, and we are yet to see some spectacular ending of this particular match. As we all know, it's just about a few more minutes to play for, and the ball goes out again for a throw in favor of Senegal. The ball has been in the corner of the park so far for the past 2 minutes, and Mane is a very happy man right now by getting his eyes to come back on the pitch to continue play, and he has just proven some element of sportsmanship, and that is exactly what makes him different from the other players that are on the pitch right now. Again, it was a decision not by himself. It was a decision of the coach for them to leave the pitch and walk off. Like I said, that decision is a very crucial one, and that could have damaged the reputation of the African football worldwide. But it's a good thing that Mane came back on pitch and he talks to his players to come back and continue play. As we can see him talking once more to his coaching side, asking them to keep abreast and wait and be patient, as we only have a few more minutes to play for in this gruesome final that has a lot of challenges on and off the pitch by both the players and officials. And now we can now see and tell that the outcome of this is going to be an interesting one. Hakimi is not a happy man, but I think he's well satisfied with his performance in this particular tournament, and especially for the performance of the entire team. And yes, it is going to be tight now for both sides. Only for a few more minutes to play for. Is the referee going to signal his whistle and end the game abruptly? No, not at all. Yes, it's over. It is over. Senegal has won it. Senegal has decisively won it again once more at home to the Moroccans. And the Senegalese players are jubilating, are singing, dancing, and celebrating, and making sure that they are on the winning side of this particular tournament as things unfold. Senegal has made history once more by defeating Morocco on home turf, and they have clinched the African Cup of Nations in style. Not in any style, but in grand style. It has been a challenging evening so far, and both sides have done everything possible in their own midst to make sure that they take home the trophy that seals the winner of this particular tournament. So far, so good. We have seen football being questioned. We have seen loyalty of football being questioned. We have seen the best of football being questioned. And what we actually end up seeing is players like Akimi, players like Diaz, and players that have performed to the highest of their ability in world stage, in the African football platforms. And today we have seen a total upset by a Senegalese side that did everything possible to defeat Morocco on their own turf. Again, it's not a good sight to see. It's very emotional. Like I said earlier on, the entire stadium is going to be empty. Nobody is going to stay behind and watch this remarkable performance by a Senegalese side that took the lead in the first half of the 15 minutes being played for. The stadium is partially empty right now. Definitely, it is going to be a sad night for the Moroccans. It is going to be a sad night for North Africa. And it's going to be a sad night for the fan base and supporters of this great nation of football. Morocco would have won it if it wasn't for the decision of the referee that changes the momentum of the game. That could have been a different story together. Hakimi is not happy, but again, he's going to accept this defeat, and he's going to be a proud man to accept this defeat and take it upon himself like it is his responsibility to take this defeat well. And again, Morocco did perform extremely well. It is still the best side in Africa. You can't take that away from them. They have invested a lot in the game, and they have done everything possible in their own power to be able to secure the position that they found themselves right now. They should go back and regroup for the World Cup, and they should not keep their heads down. They have done extremely well. They performed well. If it was not only for Diaz's penalty miss, they would have won the African Cup of Nations, but not in style. I think that have saved the game so far in Africa, and that has put Morocco to be on the top flight of controversy. But again, that controversy has been settled down with a loss to Senegal at the final of the African Cup of Nations 2025. Well, so far so good. It was decided by a goal, a spectacular one, a mind-blowing goal by the Senegalese midfielder, and that goal has taken Morocco off the top of the African best country that has lost to Senegal, winning it for the second time, not back to back, but won it in Cameroon and lost at the quarterfinals or semifinals in Ivory Coast, and now they've gone to the final, same at home to the host nation, Morocco, and now you only have few Moroccan fans who decided to stay behind and watch their country collect the runners-up medal. Senegal has won it. They won it again in style. Morocco has lost to Senegal, and it has been a decisive moment for both sides. Senegal have done everything possible in their own means to make sure that they win this match, and they did. Finally won it in grand style. Morocco did everything possible in their own power to be able to come back and have a better understanding of the game, but unfortunately it did not happen the way it did. Let me go back to a few of my colleagues that I called earlier on and see how much they can actually say about this particular moment of the match where we are right now. So let me go back to Desmond and ask his opinion about what he thinks so far, and is it something that he is not surprised about for Senegal to win the match?
Hello?
Hello, Desmond. Welcome once more. And we don't see
Yeah.
the end of this spectacular final with a lot of controversy. And again, eventually, we see Senegal be the winner of this particular tournament. What's your take?
Well, I might not say it's sad, but it's like what I've been talking earlier on, that human instinct of managing situation, understanding, okay, this is where we are, what decision do I take, and who is it going to affect, and then what will be the outcome. It lead me into a crazy final like this one. And where people don't ring the bell of referee officiating problems, and then it can boil down to this, then it's a big question. But it is what it is. The players, they've tried their level best to put on a very good show, entertain the people there. The tournament overall has been very, very, very wonderful. It's just that a little bit mad by this kind of expectation we don't get this evening, you know.
So if you say overall, the decision of the referee actually killed the momentum of the final and killed the success of this entire tournament, because everybody has been very much pleased with the organization of the Moroccans, with the way they put this thing together and the way the game unfold, with all the competitions the way don't take place, and with all the facts say they have built spectacular stadiums for this particular tournament and all the money they don't invest. You feel say this final, that split decision of the referee don't kill all the potential credit they were supposed to get for this tournament with the host?
Well, not forget, T-Boy, that at midst of this hosting of this tournament, also Senegal, Morocco is also facing big, big, big backlash back home,
Right.
because because a lot of people then they say, how can you be developing all these infrastructures, then you still not able to provide better health facilities, better medical for people. So either way, on the side of football development infrastructure, it is well good for see then they develop. And other African nations then don't they say, okay, well, it is like they're compensating them for the infrastructure that they put. Because if you look from 2025 to now, all matches for Africans are being played there. That is where most of them they go host them. But notwithstanding T-Boy, there is something way very good about Morocco. You can't take it away from them.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the development infrastructure we then put in place for day side and day so today, it tells you these people have actually worked for it. They are not just getting it easily. Because if you are sacrificing the health and well-being of your people just to develop infrastructure, let's say after the tournament now, we can get for being next, but them facilities and they, you know, and mind you, it is not where you tell me they have one of the best leagues in the world. No, their league is not. It's the only thing. It's very constant, but it's
Right.
not something that you talk about. Like we talk of the European leagues, them you say okay, it's one of the best leagues in the world, but it's just that it's very constant. So the question boils down to when this tournament ends, where would they be getting money for maintaining all the facilities here? So now make if you look now, the partnership with CAF or with other nations, now for make sure say any country we CAF or FIFA sanctions is not for playing at the venues, definitely the match that they can play now Morocco.
Yeah, Morocco.
And those matches where they can play, they help for maintaining them facilities and they because the money you pay for those venues, it's just a fortune, man. So to be candid, they've been doing well, but at least all waiting and they do, there are still challenges. Of course, like here where we did, so we get Moroccan then, yeah, so where they live here, so we also they face huge challenges, whether in economical, whether in work. Some of them are just here because okay, it's Europe, but they are all telling you, you know what, we want to go back home, or situations are not the best as you expect them to be.
Okay.
So there is a lot of challenges, but so, not everything you will see for later talk. But in the terms of football, they've been trying to put Africa where Africa is supposed for the, and previous then qualified at the semi-final or so when they lost. Yeah, and then look at that build up, then go now and Saint Etienne, the youth under 23 tournament, then win them, So with this tournament as well, all junior tournaments are now being organized there. It's good for the development of the game, but citizens are also not satisfied with what is happening in the country.
Okay, so this particular issue will happen so na the pitch today. You feel say it would damage the reputation of African football, especially the referees, the way Africa they produce for participates possibly in a FIFA World Cup coming?
Well, it definitely raises a question because um, if you look, some of these referees that are coming to ref these matches, go back to them countries where they come out and look at the leagues and when they get there, and look at them performances and then giving them a big stage like this. Like I said earlier, what do you get now you did take.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get steak, you dey go take pork. If not pork yam, you get pork meat. You get not so.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, what in Africa get now we dey use the one they will see are the best of the best. These are the ones officiating in matches. And to be candid with you, even in the coming of technology, we've seen so many biased decisions, and whether na Premier League, na African Cup of Nations, na World Cup, na European qualifiers, we've seen biased decisions. But the good part at the end of the day, the game must be played in fairness, and we need to respect the laws of the game. And again, for me, I question the decision of the referee, because even though that decision, the human instinct is not able for user, but let's not forget, there is a law where states say when players then walk off the pitch, they're supposed to forget a red card. A yellow card, sorry.
Yeah.
Then forget a card.
Well,
Yes.
I think majority of the players they were issued yellow card, which I saw myself.
Well,
and I think
for some reason, I don't see where it flash them up.
Oh yeah,
or maybe
quite a number of them were issued yellow card. I saw it as well when they resumed back play. Even many receive a yellow card. Few more of them receive yellow card because I saw that vividly anyway. So I was saying to myself, almost the entire Senegalese team don't get yellow card right now because I saw some of the yellow card being issued to them.
Yeah, for me, I did not see them, but it's good that you bring account because this is also something I was thinking about. I was like, okay, if you've allowed them to come back to the pitch, what in the law say?
Yeah.
They should be, and to be candid, let us don't be surprised if we hear after this tournament that the coach was levied, or the FA, Senegal FA and CAF levied a huge fine on them. And I bet you this could get for call for a redress with CAF. CAF would definitely get an emergency meeting tonight or tomorrow in areas like this. But again, if everybody has been crying at the back that this thing that is happening is not good for the football, and then we see until then it's going to be a big mess for we all.
So if you say if the referee will not make that decision and then Morocco win this tournament on penalties, it will have been a good decision, because I think say if Senegal may for lost this game, no matter what thing happen, they may for put them say something where they don't plan. Well, so do you think definitely it saves the game, the reputation of the game, for make Senegal win and win with an full-time match results where they not go to penalties?
Well, it hard for speak the mind of waiting don't happen now, because all what you do now is speculation with the talk. So the game has already been brought to dispute. So the good part, it had ended in the kind of chaos way it ended. Senegal fought their way back for win, genuinely, with a very brilliant skill, individual instinct, driving force that sent the ball home. I don't know whether it's Cooley or so.
Yeah, that's right. He's a midfielder.
Yeah, and I think he plays from the left back. Yeah, I think it's Cooley or so. We make that kind of shot day for Guy Senegal. And don't forget, this don't put Sadio Mane in a spot where you don't become the one of the heroes then for win African Cup of Nations 3 times.
Right.
Yeah,
and not
so
just that, with courage as well, because he actually gets the team back to come on the pitch to continue.
And again, this is where the issue of leaderships come again.
Yeah.
You might not see him so lousy in social media like others, but he has always been an example to others. He was one of the players that insisted that they should not leave the pitch.
Yeah.
Beyond all cost, he said nobody should go off there. And even at one point where the coach tell him, he said not to go. And that's the law of the game. if everybody is walking off the pitch because of disagreement, one particular player needs to stand up and say, okay, you know what? It's nice that we all go, but are they hang around for see waiting will be the outcome? And at the end of the day, in instinct give them the result they need. And this guy will miss the penalty. Me have a look at and say, from the human psychology point, fairness na him be the think of. Him be the think of say, let's just be fair with ourselves. Everything that has happened, it was me, they brought down Folek, my country get the penalty, but for my sake, people want for left the field, problems there and there. Let me just take the penalty in a manner way will bring the game calm into a level playing ground. Then everybody fight the battle for
I
themselves. But
think
it
so
turns out,
too, because Diaz, as the player that we know, will not kick a penalty like that. Definitely not.
yeah, I'm just speaking my own mind. I'm not.
That is
speaking the
exactly
mind
what
of
I said
Diaz.
earlier on. So that's my. I
Because-
know they deny what you say. I know they say yes, now your opinion, but honestly, now that's exact way Naomi self think, because I know the player Diaz in character and the way how he was enthusiastic for the penalty to be given, and then he chip that kind ball day when a decisive penalty for men and lifts the Nations Cup. I think he just gave it away.
Yeah, and don't forget, since 19, let me see if I'm right. Since 1978 or so, they've never won. This would have been a huge win for them since
Yeah, they haven't won it
1976.
for quite some time.
Since
a long time.
1976, they haven't won it for quite a very long time.
Yeah.
So this
yeah.
would have been something very unique for them
Yeah.
in the 21st century.
Yeah.
And now staying home, not actually getting anything from them, I think it is what it is, but it's going to be a tough bite for a lot of them for take
It
home.
will be a tough bite. But I think if the game could have ended up the way it did initially, maybe they would have been very much upset with themselves. Because like if the game be end, say, then no controversy not been there, then if I don't feel very, very bad. But the way how the game end and lost this kind of way, I think say then go take them on with some pinch of salt. Say, well, okay, we'll try. And they get free now after the play this game. But guess what? We could have won it. Out on out play, we could have won it. But we lost this game because of the tension of what already happened. Then they speculate they get freezing the favor of it. But this may have saved the game, not just save Morocco, but save the integrity of the African Cup of Nations from making it become something else we people will begin to talk about in the past. Like the way how Ivory Coast win them, it was an out and out play against Nigeria. Ivory Coast was brought into the into the competition again by being the best loser for the first round. So when they come back, then sack their coach, and then they get a new coach, we take them to this point. They actually get to the final with pure luck. They don't work for them at all. Now luck then take from that stage day for the second round, stay then get themselves to the final. Because Ivory Coast were not the best team. They were not playing spectacular football, but they had the whole nation behind them. But for Morocco, they are the best team currently in Africa. They have delivered. Then they play very well. So the idea of referees on their side is something where you go really expect. But they've made it very much obvious with the decision there is some of the freedom we don't make. And the North African countries has been complaining a lot over the past couple of years, say Morocco, then they get too much opportunity, they're kind of dictating the pace of the African football, and they're not happy about it. And they're even threatening for life, not for be part of the CAF anymore. Then they go set out their own or set up their own federation where they deal with their own league. Morocco, Tunisia, and few more. So basically, there has been a concern about referees or CAF in favor of Morocco in certain decisions the way Morocco they make in African football. So what do you think will be the way going forward for the Moroccan side? Now they get the World Cup for think of.
Yeah, they get the World Cup for think of T-Boy. But again, if you look at the trajectory of their development for each side and this, you might not take the bites from them. They've been honest with what they do. T-Boy, if you look at their development journey since 2007 to 2025, it tells you they really, really, really been getting centered focus when are building on continental powerhouse, building for become a continental powerhouse. And in that area, from 217 to 210, then launched the Mohammed V Football Academy, with combine of sport and education. And then you move forward to 2013 to 2018, they expanded and the club academy and sports study modules then nationwide. So
No, they've
after
done very
building
well. You
that,
can't take that away
yes.
from them, definitely.
So after doing that, and then in 2019 to 222, Morocco reached the semi-final of the African World Cup. We validate the long-term investment way. Then they do 223 to 225, massive infrastructural upgrade for African Cup of Nations. We make them get trains there now, modern buses there now. So they've actually been prepared for waiting with the CISO today. And on the back of all this preparation, if you look, women football as well.
Oh, they have
it's
improved
going massively. And their connection with Europe is something you can write home now for. Now the kids who the European countries were tied up to 2 matches, then they call you for go play for an European country for 2 matches. After 2 matches, they not call you again. Now they all don't want to play 2 matches. They want to go back home and give their blood and sweat for their countryside and parents and come on, despite being born and getting the football education now Europe. So something really, really has been happening there for all other nations and for land as well. If you look at the long-term investment in youth academy, it don't yield national success. And then you look at integrating education sports system for build holistic athletic approach. This is also something good, and strong governance and federational plan where they drive sustainability, infrastructure and hosting and substantial, like I said earlier, we don't attract the globe for good for participate in their matches. Then it's huge for them, despite not taking this crown since 1976. But this is something also you can write them off. And to be candid, they have the money, and they've always been one of the powerhouses when it comes to flight aviation in Africa. They get fleets of flights that fly across Africa and Europe. And even in the area of this solar development, we talked recently now across Africa, they have one of the biggest solar plants in Africa. So it tells you they are pragmatic in their approach, and the success is being seen on the pitch and off the pitch for the players and the clubs and when and but this is a shocking result where they're not able to take home today. You get for paying them, you get for beat them for a while, and waiting next. Would they go to World Cup and be in the final?
Well, we hope to see that, because definitely if they go to the World Cup and not go to the final, I think it will be disastrous. But again, we're very happy for them to go to the World Cup and possibly go to the final, because it is raising the flag of the African nation. Thank you very much, Desmond. And we definitely go talk back again. I know there is no much football happening right now within the globe, except the Premier League, where they unfold right now with Ion drama of the Manchester United and Man City saga where they happen. But that is something for another day discussion. And wish you all the best. Yeah, go on.
For me, I don't talk European football.
No, I know you don't talk. I don't even talk European football either.
They don't care about investing in Africa.
I don't talk about European football as well. I don't really have time for
they don't care about investing in Africa. They invest in 1 or 2 African talent players, and when it's time for them to go participate in African tournaments, they begin restrict them not for good. So for me, I don't talk about it. I just follow it because sport is my life, and it is not compulsory that they forgive we help. But let us be fair with ourselves. It is like what to talk about the slavery trade. If you've bought people from Africa, giving them gun to kill themselves and taking their minerals, what is wrong about going back investing so that you can stop people dying from the Mediterranean Sea of coming here for greener pasture?
True.
But you still go and take from them, and then they ask them for pay huge sum of money for kind of your country for waiting.
I know. All right. Thank you very much, Desmond. Let's not go into the politics of the world right now. Let's leave it there.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much for joining me, and wish you all the best in the upcoming matches there. If you can get forget for starting new season. So thank you very much, Desmond.
No problem. Thank you, man.
All right. So that was Desmond Payne. We're based in Holland, very dedicated civil union. We follow every element of civilian sporting discipline in Sierra Leone and also out of Sierra Leone. So if you've been watching, thank you very much for staying with us for the past 2 hours of gruesome, well, 3 hours of gruesome football, and we don't see the likes of Senegal and Morocco. We don't perform to the best of their ability, and they don't try to do the best they can for secure the space on top of the African Cup of Nations, will take place inside Morocco, Rabat to be specific. So definitely, Senegal emerged to be victorious, and they don't do everything possible in their best capacity for make sure say then secure this victory against host nation Morocco. Morocco will be very disappointed today. They haven't won this tournament for a while, and they have invested a huge amount of resources into the African football over the past 10 or 15 years. They have proven to benefit from that, and they don't develop the female game to the extent at which their female side also participated in the female World Cup and did extremely well in that female World Cup. They went to the final again for AFCON a few years ago against South Africa and lost to South Africa 2-1 on home turf. And again, this is a very disappointing one for them as well, to get to the final and lose to a team like Senegal, where you know go really underestimate for say they go lost to Senegal. Morocco has got one of the best record in football for the past couple of years in Africa, and they have proven to have serious elements of players than where they play in the European League all over Europe and possibly in some parts of Asia and also in the UK. So definitely we're looking forward to their performance in the World Cup. It's very disappointing that they didn't make it this time around to win their own African Cup of Nations hosted in their own country, and it's very rather unfortunate for them. They will not be happy today, but I think if I was a Moroccan player, I will take courage, because I believe say the game gets a huge twist towards the end of the 8 minutes extra time being added to the 90 minutes that they've played for, with a crucial decision by the referee we signal for a penalty VAR check will not go down well in the hands of the light or highs of the Senegalese team. Again, the Senegalese coach make a decision for the team to walk off the pitch. I think that was a very crucial decision by him, and I don't think that decision would have gone down well in the history of African football, especially for the final of the African Cup of Nations, to have a whole country to walk off the pitch. I think that would have been damaging for the African game. But again, with the likes of Mane and maybe some huge amount of consultation behind the scene, made the team to come back on the pitch and resume play. Rather unfortunate, Diaz missed the penalty, but I don't think that's the Diaz we know, who is very much determined to secure themselves a win at this particular tournament. He missed the penalty, and that was not a good penalty at all. So it goes straight into the hands of Mendy, and Mendy collected it, and Senegal for comeback for the last 15 minutes or the last 30 minutes of the extra time being added for secure the host for secure Senegal a very close tight victory with a spectacular smash at the bottom of the goal nets for secure themselves a 1-0 victory, and they end up for the 1-0 victory for Senegal for lift the trophy of the African Cup of Nations for the second time in 5 years. So thank you very much for all those watching, and thank you for your comments and suggestions, and thank you for staying with us within these 3 gruesome hours of African football. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure say you make your own donation in any way you can. But like I said earlier on, Sewajen Media might have a subscription page on Facebook anytime soon, and we'll go ask Kuna for make a small amount of donation. It's not going to be that much, just a small amount of donation to upkeep the programs then going. So in the meantime, I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to all the callers that were to make calls today with the African teacher and the African teacher Desmond Payne, John Sama. I was supposed to call maybe 2 more other guys, but I think we had a huge amount of contention on the pitch, and we were possibly focusing on the game to get it going. So thank you very much to all those callers once more, and thank you for watching, and thank you for your comments, and thank you for following us. So until next time, for another edition of the Sewajen Media Sports, we're going to take some time now, because I don't know what is happening yet within the African football saga, but definitely we might have a discussion on sports in any time soon. So until next time, continue to watch the Sevagen Media Space on Facebook and YouTube, because we get spectacular program. Then they start very soon. Starting from next week, we will begin for do a live program then with an extraordinary comeback for 2026. For how they go inside the Republic. Watch out for the space. Until next time, have a lovely weekend and have a good evening. Good night. Congratulations to Senegal. Better luck next time, Morocco. Bye for now.